What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Trivia with Buds, live on Facebook. I'm your host, Ryan Buds, trying to look as 80s as I can. I don't know if this is exactly an 80s look or not, but I found these sunglasses, and they look pretty retro to me. Thank you guys for joining me on a beautiful Friday night. It's Friday, August 7th, 2020, the year of craziness. And I hope wherever you're at, you're safe and sound. Thanks for being here with me in my garage in Fontana, California. We are going to have a ton of fun. To switch my microphone here. There we go. Now it should sound a little bit louder and clearer on the Zoom H6 microphone that I use. Beth Swaney says I should pop the collar. Should I do that? Is that what they did in the 80s? I thought that was a 90s thing. I'll pop it for a bit, but it's already making me hot. I already hate it. Dylan Enderby's here. Dylan says I look badass or something looks badass. I'm not sure if it's me. Maybe it's me. Dylan Enderby, good to see you. Beth Swaney, new podcast listener, says pop that collar. Beth, I think I might have sent you some stuff in the mail. Did I do that? Let me check. If I have not, did I open that email? I did not. So I have not sent it yet, but I have the email ready to go. So look out for some stuff soon. Beth Swaney. Interesting Igloo's playing on YouTube. What's up, Interesting Igloo? And Marissa Cuthbertson says, loving the 80s look. Dylan says, all me, brother. Thank you guys so much for being here. There's 20 people ready to play 80s trivia on a Friday night. And we're doing rounds on something called the 80s word match. I'll give you a word. You have to write down the other word that kind of matches with it. Sometimes it's a first and last name situation. Sometimes it's a product name, etc. Then we have a round called Slogans of the 80s. Slogans of the 80s. It's going to be all slogans for products in that decade. Then we have Time Magazine cover stars. So I'll show you like a zoomed in face from Time Magazine. You tell me who it is. Then we have Ebert's movie reviews of the 80s, which I had fun reading today. Remember Siskel and Ebert? Roger Ebert has a bunch of movies from the 80s that he reviewed. And I will share some excerpts of those with you. And then we're going to close things out with an 8-bit music round. Brand new songs that you have not heard before in the 8-bit variety. And you'll have to write down what the song is after hearing about 15, 20 seconds of the track. So that'll be our confidence round to close things out. John Holloman's here from Arizona, says, howdy. What's up, John? Good to see you. Beth says, hey, I got a shout out. That worked out good. And Julia says, loving the look. Thanks, Julia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am getting ready for the fun night. We have been hanging out with the kids all day because today was Annabelle's first day of school. So we had to do homeschool today. It took like the whole day. We took a lot of breaks, but we're getting in the swing of things. And she did really, really well. And all I remember about kindergarten is eating cookies. I was telling her that. I'm like, we brought in cookies. We had a different cookie every day. That's it. I couldn't tell you one thing I did. I learned how to read kind of like around kindergarten, you know, like single word books and stuff like that. Not single word page books. One word in a book. It's just like and then it's over. But I told her, I go, all I did was eat cookies. That's all I remember. And I could tell you things that happened that year socially with the kids in the classroom, but I can't tell you anything that we actually learned. So I think she'll be fine. What we did today in the one day of homeschool is more than I can remember doing the entire kindergarten of 1990. It probably was. John says, got an envelope of swag today. Thank you. No problem, John. Glad you got that. Very, very cool. Thanks for being a pal of the show. And thank you guys for playing tonight and supporting me on Venmo and PayPal. Venmo is Ryan-Buds. You can see it up here. Woot, woot. And PayPal's a little bit more up this way. Woot, woot. PayPal's ryanbuds@gmail.com. Thanks for those donations. Every time you donate, every dollar is an entry in a raffle at the end of the night to win cool swag. And I'm going to show you some of that stuff as we go on throughout the night. Today we're doing 80s. Tomorrow's all Harry Potter trivia. So if you love wizardry, make sure you're playing trivia tomorrow night. It's going to be a hoot and a magical holler. So make sure you're here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific. Sunday is all random rounds, 5 random rounds of trivia. I got some fun ones for you. And Saturday, tomorrow at 2 p.m., we're all going to meet up at Last Name Brewing in Upland, California to grab some beers. They have a big tent in their parking lot, and it's all social distance ready. And you can drink there in the beer garden or the tent, and you can take beers with you to go. So I'm going to stock up on some Last Name Brewing beers, and you should too. Come meet us and get a special treat from me just for showing up. That's tomorrow, 2 p.m., Last Name Brewing in Upland, California. Tonight, guys, we're doing all 80s trivia, and we are playing for this. This is my last one to give away. It's Trivial Pursuit Back to the 80s edition. featuring questions from Stranger Things seasons 1, 2, and 3. This is a very cool game. I have 2 left, but I'm keeping one for myself. And I have not opened it, but my brother's played it. Several trivia players have won this already. This is my very last one. I bought like 6 of these on Amazon just to give away as prizes because I thought it was so cool. I just love the cover. I think the cover is great. What's cool about this game is it's regular Trivial Pursuit, but you can flip it to the upside down. So check that out. You can go into the upside down and answer some Stranger Things questions. This is Trivial Pursuit Back to the 80s edition. All 80s questions, including Stranger Things. So that's our top prize tonight. If you're in the top 3 scoring teams, you are going to be eligible for that game, and I'll mail it to you. Erica Holloway's here. She says, I love this. Awesome, Erica. Cheers. Let me know what you guys are drinking in the comments. Let me know what you're drinking in the comments. I have some kind of light lager here. I think it's a Red Stripe. I think I poured a Red Stripe in there earlier. I've been switching between some different beers. Jamaican lager is what's going down the hatch right now. And shout out to a couple people who already donated tonight. Marissa Cuthbertson, first donation of the night. She donated $5 and said, let the weekend begin. Because she was the first donation, Marissa, you're going to get 5 extra entries in the raffle. So thank you, Marissa. Also, Dylan Enderby just donated 10 bones and said, let's light this candle. I love it. Very cool. Let's light this candle. Dylan's going on there. And I'm going to see Dylan and maybe Amy tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Dylan, you're on here 10 times. Melissa, you're on here 10 times. And we're already up to 20 names on the list. Every dollar you donate is an entry in a raffle to win some amazing prizes. So get ready. Greg says 2 whiskeys in. I just made an old fashioned. Damn, Greg parties. Julia says, I'm trying out that Kona seltzer. It's pretty good. Yeah, not bad for a seltzer. I like the flavors they went with instead of just like lemon lime, you know. And I'm excited for tomorrow. I haven't had Last Name Brewing in probably 2 months now. Ralph Aguayo is drinking Capri Sun. I remember back in the day in high school, Capri Sun, they came out in 20-ounce bottles at gas stations for a short time. And I used to chug Capri Sun out of those bottles. Marissa says Arnold Palmer with Raspberry Moonshine. That sounds fantastic. Dylan says we'll both be there tomorrow. Love it. Very cool. If you haven't played trivia at all this week, this is the new look of the show. It's all purple to match the podcast up here. Trivia with Buds, the podcast. We are at record numbers, guys. In 1 week, we had 13,000 downloads. So that's the most I've ever had in 1 week. And if that pans out, that's like over 50,000. I think my record's 47,000 for a month. So if we keep going with the 13, we will have over 50 at the end of this month, which will be insane. So keep telling friends about the podcast. It's just basically rounds of trivia, usually 11 questions, sometimes 12, 15, 20 on occasion. And it's free to listen to. It comes out every single day. And I actually have episodes up through the 16th of the month. So I am about a week and a half ahead or so. But go check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search the word trivia. Click on my face. You'll find this purple logo right up here. Trivia is sponsored by High Point Brewing Company. They are up here. We did a meetup there a couple weeks ago. High Point Brewing's open every day from 12 to 8. Go drink a beer at High Point Brewing Company in San Dimas, California. Tonight's 80s trivia, if you just joined us, we're doing word match for round 1, slogans for round 2, Time Magazine covers for round 3, Ebert reviews for round 4, and 80s 8-bit music for round 5, the confidence round. Mark's drinking Bottle Logic Numbers Crunch. Manny's got a broken spell from RT, and Brennan's drinking Irish whiskey called Writer's Tears. That's hilarious. I love it. Okay, guys, we are officially ready to start. It's 7:10. Thanks for being here. Thanks for telling a friend, and get ready for this first round, which is called the 80s Word Match. On this round, you're going to write down all your answers on all the rounds. You're going to write down all your answers on a piece of paper. One big white piece of paper works well. You're going to split that answer sheet into 5 sections for the 5 rounds we're going to do. Number them 1 through 11. There's 11 questions per round. Every question is worth 1 point, except number 11 is worth 2 points, so you can get up to 12 points per round. You only get points when you're right, so take a guess on everything. You're going to write down the answers. Then I'm going to give you the answers. You're going to self-score your sheets. It's the honor system. You're not supposed to Google stuff, so just play honestly to try and win this amazing board game called Trivial Pursuit Back to the 80s edition. At the end of the night, you'll turn in your answer sheet, and the top 3 scoring teams will be in a raffle to win that game. You get points for RSVPing on my website. So if you did that, make sure you add in those points. You can double up 1 round throughout the night. So if you're really good at movie review type stuff, you might want to save your doubler for round 4. You can only double up the first 4 rounds of the night, which is word match, slogans, Time Magazine covers, and Ebert reviews. And I think that's all I got for you. We are ready to start this thing. We got 30 eyes on the screen. Thanks for watching on YouTube, Facebook business page, and Facebook personal page. Stevie says, getting ready for a yard sale tomorrow. Whew. And she's here. Thank you, Stevie. We weren't going to start without you. Freddie says, what's up, nerds? Nice look, buds. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, here we go, guys. This is round number 1. Remember, don't comment with your answers. Just write them down on a piece of paper. This is called the 80s word matchup. Just guess the other half of these 80s words and phrases, okay? Here comes number 1. We have something Gorbachev. Number 1, write it down. Number 1, 80s word matchup. Number 1, something Gorbachev. Write it down. Number 1, spelling counts. Number 1, something Gorbachev. Number 1. Corey says, hi, Ryan. Ready for the 80s? Good to see you, Corey Enderby. All the way down in Texas, having some fun tonight. Julia says, if tonight's outfit is any clue, I'm excited for your Harry Potter costume tomorrow. We'll see, Julia. I may have a beard lying around somewhere, but it would be so itchy in the garage. Number 1, something Gorbachev. Number 2, something Comet. Now, these could be phrases, names, books, movies, artists, celebrities, events. Keep that in mind. Could be anything. You're just thinking of the other most logical word that would match this word that I'm showing you on the screen. 80s word matchup. Number 2, something Comet. Something Comet. Trivia, free and fun every night for 140 days. Thanks for making this your destination for online trivia. Had a bunch of calls today, some demos, and getting excited for August. August is my most insanely busy month since December with all the holiday parties, which is usually my busiest month. And it's going really well over here at the Buds compound. So thank you for your support. Number 3, we have Something Candles. Something Candles, one of my sister's favorite movies. She's a child of the 70s, but she loves this. Number 3, Something Candles. Number 3, what do you think? Trivia night. If you just joined us, let me know what you're drinking. Jody's here. Jody says 80s trivia on my birthday. What? This is totally tubular. I hear you, Jody. I think you got the need for speed. Jody, happy birthday. Do you want to say what number birthday it is, Jody? Let us know. I've got some quirky 80s kind of royalty-free music on in the background. And if you like music, get ready for round 5. It's 80s 8-bit music, a new batch of songs. Here's number 4, Something Boot. Number 4, Something Boot. Fill in the other half here. Number 4, Something Boot. Freddie G's drinking margaritas tonight. That's what I'm going to call those, margaritas, because Freddie G has a G in his name. Margaritas. Jody says, nope, not saying how old she is. All right, Jody, I'm going to say you are 21, 18. 7 years old. Jody is 7 today. Number 4, Something Boot. Something Boot. Greg says, Marg. Or he's doing a Homer Simpson impression and saying, Marge. Number 4, Something Boot. Here comes number 5, Something Kong. Now, there could be a couple different answers for this one, but we're thinking the 80s. We're thinking cocaine. We're thinking Rubik's Cubes. We're thinking the Coreys. Okay, so number 5, make sure you're in the realm of the 80s for all the answers and questions tonight. Jody says, I'm cool, 21. Eric is drinking wine. Nice emoji. Number 5, Something Kong. Tonight is 80s trivia. Tomorrow is all Harry Potter trivia. I have a very cool prize to show you that we're giving away tomorrow night to entice you to play. So get ready for that. Number 5, Something Kong. We're halfway through the first round. Here's number 6, Something Square. Number 6, Something Square. Number 6, what do you think we're talking about there? Something Square. Now, when we get to the answers, if you have something that fits, that is 80s, that is not the thing that I said, just let me know in the comments and I'll go, oh yeah, that works out. Because these are kind of open-ended in some ways. Number 6. Jody says, I'm cool at 21, but let's just say I remember the 80s. Oh, shit. Number 6, Something Square. Corey says the Coreys. Hey, there's Corey. Corey, you're the 3rd Corey. Number 6, Something Square. Number 7, Something Coal. K-O-H-L. Something Coal. K-O-H-L. Some of these tougher than others. I always got to put a few stumpers on there for you. Number 7, Something Coal. Could it be the store? Probably not. Number 7. I was pulling my hair down because I usually comb it back to one side. And it is the longest. Look at this, man. This is the longest my hair has been since college. Back in my my days of college. That's what I'll tell you. Number 7, something Cole. Number 8, we have something Collins. Number 8, something Collins. Think the 80s, something Collins. If you got a buck to spare and you like the show, hit me up on Venmo, Ryan-Buds. PayPal, ryanbuds@gmail.com. You can win an amazing prize. The first prize we're showing you tonight is this sticker. It's Aliens, Spaceballs reference sticker. This is when the alien pops out of the chest in Spaceballs and sings, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal." This is from Spaceballs. There's the dancing alien sticker. This is from Brad Albright of Albright Illustrations down in Texas. This is a very cool sticker. If you like the 80s, if you like Spaceballs, if you like aliens, you can win this sticker tonight. That's your first raffle prize, and that is available when you donate $1 or more on the raffle. Every entry for $1. So if you donate $10, you get 10 entries. Julia says, I love that sticker. Julia might win it. Number 8, here comes number 9, something bonsai. Number 9, something bonsai. Number 9, something bonsai. Number 9, something bonsai. Stevie says, Spaceballs. Number 9, something bonsai. April Spears here. She says, I look bodacious. Oh, thanks, April. I appreciate that. Took me hours to get ready today. I don't know if you could tell. But thank you, April and Mari, for being here all the way from Arizona. This hair is starting to get very gruesome. It looks like I've sprayed on portions of it. Number 9, something bonsai. Craig Nelson says, may the Schwartz be with you. Number 10, something puppies. This was the only one Ashley got when I tested her earlier on this round. Number 10, something puppies. Something puppies. I need to kind of like fluff this up a little more. How did I just have it? Is it like that? Oh, it's getting bad, guys. I look like a very bad porn director from the 80s. Number 10, something puppies. And the bonus for 2 points, we have something Ludlam. For 2 points, something Ludlam. What is the 80s match here? Something Ludlam. I got my co-host back there, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Perfect for the 80s, right at the end of the decade there. And that's the end of round number 1, guys. Round number 1, 80s matchup. This was the word matchup. And we'll do repeats on all of them because they were short and we might have had people that showed up late. So here you go. If you missed any of these, number 1, you're writing down the first part of all these words. That would be the most 80s thing. Number 1, we have something Gorbachev. Number 2, something comet. Number 3, something candles. Number 4, something boot. Number 5, something Kong. Number 6, something square. Something coal. Number 7, coal. Number 8, something Collins. Number 9, something bonsai. Number 10, something puppies. And number 11, something Ludlam. That was the end of round number 1, guys. Let me know if you need any other repeats. Otherwise, write down those answers and get ready for the answers in just a minute. We'll show you those answers when we come back. I do want to show you this, though. This is the prize wheel. This is a new feature at the end of the night. Instead of just doing a randomizer, I found this wheel. So everybody who donates, your name gets put on the wheel to win very cool prizes. Like I said, the first prize is the Spaceball sticker at the end of the night. Dylan's on there. Marissa's on there. And I have some more names to add. So I'm going to add those names right now. We had some new donations come in. Let's see what we got. Julia Madalonis says, give me that sticker. So Julia going on the list. She's getting 5 entries. Thank you, Julia. And Mark Shipley donated. Mark and Christy, $5. You can gag this donation with a fork. All right, Mark. We're going to switch it up. I'm going to put your name, Mark, on there instead of Shipley just to switch things up. That's our prize wheel, guys. We're going to spin it at the end of the night 5 times for 5 prizes. So donate, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for playing trivia with Buds. And check out this amazing-looking beer from High Point Brewing, our sponsor in San Dimas, California. We'll be right back. Kristen says, I look like Al for Flock of Seagulls. Erica says, man bangs. Julia says, you look like a classic high school bully. Whoa, April Spears. Holy cow, April Spears just donated $50. Thank you, April Spears, for your incredible donation. April Spears, 50 bones. Thank you, April. She says, totally 80s. You are totally my best friend, April. You and Mari, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that generous, generous donation. Cannot thank you enough. We'll be right back. Erica Holloway for Totally Rad Trivia, getting 5 entries on the wheel. Erica Holloway, thanks for your generous, generous donation. Erica Holloway, you are the best. Thank you, Erica. Ralph says there's no bad porn directors. Christy says April's amazing. April and Mari are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Let me know if you guys like this music. I'm a big fan. All right, answers coming up. Whoops. For round number 1, let's see how you did. Thanks for playing, guys. Trivia is free and fun every night here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Facebook Pages Live. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. You are in for a treat if you like the 80s. This first round was called the Word Matchup. Round number 2 is all about slogans from the 80s. A lot of you guys are responsible for the amazing ideas for rounds today. I posted something, and I think I got 70 comments today. So thank you so much for generously thinking of great ideas that I can use, not just tonight, but in the future. There were so many great ideas. So I am excited for some of those. If I didn't use your idea tonight, I did make a note of all of them on that post. Erica Lemos Holloway says, got my t-shirt today. I can hardly wait to wear it when I get myself to the brewery. Very cool, Erica. Are you coming tomorrow to Last Name Brewing? Let me know if you're coming tomorrow in Upland. We look forward to seeing you if so. Okay, answers coming up for round number 1. Let's see how you did. Round number 1, 80s word matchup. Number 1, Mikhail Gorbachev. He had that big birthmark. Number 1, Mikhail Gorbachev. Number 2, Haley's Comet. Haley's Comet. Number 2. Number 3, we had 16 Candles, which was a movie with Molly Ringwald, number 3, and that old 50s song. Number 4, Das Boot, a movie about a submarine, I think. Number 4, Das Boot. Number 5 was Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Now, you could have put King Kong. I think a King Kong movie came out in the 80s, or maybe it was the 70s. But Donkey was what we were looking for there, mostly for the 80s reference. Number 6, Tiananmen Square. Tiananmen Square, a lot of crazy protests and stuff going on there. Tiananmen Square, historical place in the 80s. Number 6. Number 7, we had Helmut Kohl, who was a German chancellor whose name was in the news a lot in the 80s. Helmut Kohl. So that was a tough one. Number 8, we had Joan Collins, star of Dynasty, British actress who was the star of the show Dynasty. Number 8. Number 9, we had Buckaroo Banzai, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, if you wanted to add more words there. That's a crazy movie from the 80s. Number 10, we had Pound Puppies. That was the one that Ashley got, the cartoon and dolls, Pound Puppies. And the bonus was Robert Ludlum, who created the Bourne Identity, which went on to star Matt Damon. This was a book series that was a best-selling book series of the decade, the Bourne books of the 80s. So there you have them. One more time, I'll give you those answers just in case you missed any. Number 1 was Mikhail. 2 was Haley's. 3 was 16. 4 was Das. 5 was Donkey. 6 was Tiananmen. 7 was Helmut. 8 was Joan. 9 was Buckaroo. 10 was Pound. And the bonus was Robert Ludlum. Let me know how you did. Let me know if you got a perfect score on that round. Let me know how you did. Let me know. Will I take Moon for boot? And how about Phil Collins? I think Phil Collins definitely works. He was huge in the 80s. Erica says I'm celebrating my mom's birthday. But yes, now is the time to check with me. Builders Square. Tell me about what that is, Brendan. I've never heard of that. Phil Collins is good. Dylan says Red Square. What's Red Square? Tell me about that. Well, I accept Foursquare. No, that's not exclusive to the 80s, Julia. I would say no on that one. Hollywood Square would be good, but the show is called Hollywood Squares with an S. So I would say that one doesn't count because of the S. Christy says we had Phil Collins. I definitely listened to him a lot in the 80s. Yeah, Phil Collins is a big 80s icon. My internet crashed. I missed all the answers. Phil Collins. I had both Phil and Moon. I think Moon Boot is fine, although you would never just have a single Moon Boot on. You would have Moon Boots. So again, that's a plural thing. So I don't think I'm going to count it. I don't think I should count Moon Boots because it didn't say boots. And that was the trick I was trying to pull because Das Boot, there's not that many things with just boot after it. So I'm going to say Moon doesn't count. Four doesn't count for Foursquare. Hollywood Square doesn't count. But I will say that Phil Collins counts. And then I need to hear more about Red Square and Builders Square. What was the boot answer? It was number 2. It was Das Boot. It's a movie. It's hip to be square. That's great, but it is only one word. So it's always going to be just one word before it. So that wouldn't work there. Phil's good. Red Square in Moscow. Okay. Yes, that would count, Dylan. That sounds fine. Das Boot reminds me of Beer Fest. Yes, me too. But yeah, it did have to be a single word and you couldn't change the plural to make it fit. So if I answer all your questions, hopefully we're good to go. If you have other clarifications, let me know. Okay, that was round number 1. We're jumping into round number 2, guys. Round number 2. Remember, you can win this amazing Spaceball sticker. April has 50 chances to win that tonight. And we're going to see what happens here. Product slogans of the 80s. Product slogans of the 80s. Let's see what you know about slogans. I had fun looking these up. And at the end of this round, there is a video question. I think it's the first time I've ever done one, ever. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it plays okay. It played okay at home when I tested it out on StreamYard earlier, but you never know. So we'll see how it goes. This is round number 2. This is called Product Slogans of the 80s. And we're going to jump into this round right about now. '80s product slogans. Number 1, the choice of a new generation. Number 1, the choice of a new generation. These slides match my shirt pretty well here. Number 1, the choice of a new generation. You're just writing down the name of the product or brand or company that would use this slogan from the 80s. The choice of a new generation. You're playing trivia with me, Ryan Buds. Thanks for being totally tubular and radical tonight. Brennan says, I'll repeat, Builders Square was a hardware store in the 80s and 90s. Builders Square. Let me see. So Builders Square opened in the 70s. Oh, I've seen that. Now that you've said it, I've seen that logo. I don't think Builders Square was exclusive to the, like, I don't think that's an 80s thing, Brendan. Let me know, anybody else, if you think Builders Square should count, if that's an 80s thing or if it's just a store from yesteryear. That one I'm on the fence about, but we'll find out. If like 2 people back you, Brendan, I say you give yourself the points. Here comes number 2. Where's the beef? Number 2, where's that MF and beef? Number 2, where is the beef? Number 2, where's the beef? I ate like an absolute shithead today, guys. I had Taco Bell for lunch, and then we had Little Caesars for dinner. Does it get much worse than that, like for nutrition? Probably not, right? Number 2, where's the beef? Michelle says no Builders. Brennan says fair enough. Number 2, where's the beef? I remember Builders Emporium, says Erica. I decided that I really only enjoy Taco Bell late at night. I almost never enjoy it during the day. It's always fine, but it's like there's something about it like after 10 that makes it better. I felt like it tasted better. And I was, even when I'm not drunk, if I just go there late at night, it just tastes better to me. Mari says, yes, round table pizza. Oh, come on, Mari. Here we go. Number 3. So kiss a little longer. Hold hands a little longer. Hold tight a little longer. Number 3. What do you think? Number 3, kiss a little longer. Hold hands a little longer. Hold tight a little longer. Number 3, what was this company? Thank you for the generous donations on Venmo and PayPal. Just got another $5 from Corey. Thank you so much, Corey Enderby. Says Corey, and Corey has done it again. The 3 Coreys. Thank you so much, Corey Enderby. You are on the list to win that sticker. And some other prizes. After question 5 here, I'll show you the next prize we're giving away. Freddie says, it's better late at night because you're asleep while your body's rejecting it. A truer statement hasn't been said in these comments, Freddie. Here's number 4, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. Number 4, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. What are we talking about here? What slogan, what company, rather, for this slogan? Number 4. We are on the 5th episode of Perry Mason. If you haven't seen that, it is a fantastic show on HBO. It's pretty gory and dark, but acting, characters, situations, fantastic. So I'm excited about that. And I think we're going to watch 1 or 2 more tonight if all goes according to plan with the kids. But I'm digging that new Perry Mason show. You guys should watch it if you haven't seen it. Julia, I've been eating at home so much, but the dishes are killing me. I hate dishes. Number 5, if you dare wear short shorts, blank for short shorts. Number 5, if you dare wear short shorts, blank for short shorts. Number 5. What do you think? Number 5. Get your name on the wheel for prizes tonight, guys. Be like great friends here. Corey Enderby, Erica Holloway, April Spears, Mark Shipley, Julia Matalonis, Dylan Enderby, and Marissa Cuthbertson. Thank you guys so much for your support. Brennan says, I'm from Illinois, but I know Tim Allen was in their commercials in the 90s, so I would assume they were mostly nationwide. Number 6, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Number 6, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Title of your sex tape. Number 6, that was for Stevie. Number 6, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Number 6. Stevie says, oh, you're using the F word to describe Perry Mason. Glad to hear you praise it so highly. Yeah, I dig it. Christy says, this round's a trip down memory lane. Yeah, it's fun to remember these slogans. Ashley's mom was born 67, so she was right, in 1980 to 90. She's watched a lot of TV, I'm sure, and she knew a lot of these earlier today. She knew the first, I think, 8 in a row, right away. And she's usually like, oh, I don't know any of this stuff, but she was killing it. Kristen says, is anyone else singing some of these jingles as you figure them out? Kristen, I did earlier when I was trying to write them. Marissa says, I have to give it another try. Perry Mason just finished season 2 of Umbrella Academy. Oh, Marissa, you love stuff like that. You would like Perry Mason. Brendan loves the new Perry Mason show. Erica says, this round's great. Greg says, oh, Julia, you have an awesome journey ahead of you. Here comes number 7. The smoothest tasting menthol cigarette. Oh, number 7. That's so terrible. The smoothest tasting menthol cigarette. Do we have any smokers here? I've never asked that question. Do people that play trivia smoke? Does that happen? Any trivia players smoking? Not casually, like you buy cigarettes once a week or something. Let me know in the comments if you're a smoker. April is she old, says Mari. Cheryl says, your mother-in-law is my age. I feel so freaking old. Thanks a lot, bud. Sorry, Cheryl. Erica says, I did number 5. If it makes you feel better, my wife is my mother-in-law is my sister's age. So the family dynamics are just so different. I'm the youngest of 5, and my sister is 3 or 4 years apart from my mother-in-law. So it's just crazy because my kid's grandma who lives at our house is however old she is, 51, 2, something like that. And then my mom is their grandma and she's 73, 74. She'll be 74 this year. So crazy different dynamic, but it's fun. You get to hear lots of different kinds of stories in that span of time from your different grandparents. Marissa says, I'm a smoker. We make our own cigarettes. Oh, that's interesting. Number 8, the best part of waking up. Number 8, the best part of waking up. Number 8, this is a fun one to sing. The best part of waking up. Jackson Enderby says, love trivia. Jackson is just a young lad, and he's sending me money. Jackson, I should be sending you money to get ready for high school here. Thank you so much, Jackson. That's very, very kind of you. Jackson's a freshman in high school. Jackson, save that for lunch. Number 8, the best part of waking up. But thank you, thank you, thank you. You're on the list to win. I'm going to show you the next prize. This is pretty cool. This is a big stack of stuff. You're not going to get just one thing. You're going to get 4 things. And these are all from my friend Drew Blank, who's a great artist. He does a lot of great 80s artwork. So we're going to kick things off with this one. You're going to win this print of Mr. T. Check it out. I pity the fool who doesn't donate tonight to try and win this print. These are all 8 by 8 inches. These are little art squares from my friend Drew Blank. That's your first one. Your next one is Alf. Oh, my goodness. Look how cute Alf is. Somebody said my hair looks like his. Let's put it side by side. That's pretty Alfy. If I turn my nose, it even helps more. That's pretty much the same guy. So there you go. That is Alf. You can win this Alf print. You can win this, the Baroness from G.I. Joe, the Baroness. She's kind of rolling her eyes, looking mean. The Baroness from G.I. Joe. She's got the Cobra logo on her. That's pretty awesome. And the last one is Sergeant Slaughter from G.I. Joe and WWE. So check that out. You're going to get all 4 of these prints. This is a little set that I'm going to mail to you. Usually I just give away one of these, but I said, let's go big tonight. Let's give away all 4. So donate on Venmo, donate on PayPal, and get yourself Sergeant Slaughter, Alf, the Baroness. Where is she? There she is. And Mr. T. All 4 of those prints will be going to one winner tonight. Can it be you? We will find out. We will find out. And remember, the sticker's still in play as well. The sticker's still in play. That was round number 2, question 8 we just did. Here comes number 9. The taste is gonna move you. Number 9 with an exclamation point. The taste is gonna move you. Brendan says, smoking doesn't work with my asthma. Julie says, my parents do that. My dad is really into it now. He's got a little machine. Marissa says, I loved it. I wasn't sure if I would. Dylan says, I smoke a pipe. Cheryl says, going to try and make the meetup tomorrow, trade stuff. Yeah. Cheryl, that'll be fun. I haven't come by your house yet, but if you come to last name, I'll give you that figure. I'm going to have to remember to grab that. I'm going to bring all the prizes in my tote just in case I miss stuff. And Marissa says, we live in New York where Marbs are $12. We have a machine too. Alf is a spirit animal. What does he? Never mind. I get it, April. What he eats. Erica says, I pity the fool. Jay says 6, please. And Brennan says, looks like Mr. T is on Wreck-It Ralph's body. And Cheryl says, time 2 p.m. tomorrow. Last name Brewing, Cheryl. 2 p.m. tomorrow. Number 10, go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it. Number 10. Go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it. Number 10. What do you think that's for? Jay wants number 6 really quickly. Number 6 was, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. And number 10, go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it, ... Here, Cheryl, I'll put actually all the Last Name Brewing Meetup stuff at the bottom of the screen. Check it out, guys. Last Name Brewing Meetup tomorrow, Saturday, August 8th, 2 p.m., Upland, California. Swing on by if you're local, and I'll give you some special stuff just for coming on down. Your bonus for 2 points. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I hope this works. I'm going to pause my music, and this should play through your screen, okay? So this is a commercial for something. Your hint is religion. I'm going to play the commercial for you, so listen up. Make sure you can hear it. Hopefully you can hear it. And then I'm going to tell you, when we go over the answers, what it was for. So this is for 2 points. What was this a commercial for? Hopefully this works. Whoops, hold on.
Telling the truth isn't gonna be easy. Glass everywhere you look. Who broke my window? Why is my stomach all nervous and queasy? Some king's ball. Who could the little culprit be? Who threw this ball? Did someone see? He's so mad, I'm really scared. Kids these days, they don't care. Mr. Robinson, Mr. Robinson. What a horrible mess. I broke your window with my ball, and I don't think I'm wet. You do it behind me. I'm too afraid. You'll have to pay for this mess you made, but I'm proud of you, child, for you have displayed honor.
All right. Let me know if you could see that crazy-ass commercial. Let me know if you could hear it, or let me know if you couldn't hear it or see it. It was playing in the top right-hand corner of the screen. What is that a commercial for? The hint was religion. I'm going to try and play it another way, just in case you couldn't see it. Maybe this will be better. Hopefully this works. Let me see here. I'm going to try and play it another way. It's really bad quality because it's really old. But let's see if this works.
Telling the truth isn't gonna be easy. Glass everywhere you look. Who broke my window? Why is my stomach all nervous and queasy? Some kids fall. Who could the little culprit be? Who threw this ball? Did someone see? Eagle, man, I'm really scared. Kids these days, they don't care. Mr. Robinson, Mr. Robinson. What a horrible mess. I broke your window with my ball. And I've come to confess. You join me, Hank? Yes. Aren't you afraid? Yes. You'll have to pay for this mess you've made, but I'm proud of you, child, for you have displayed honor. The stuff from which heroes are made. I told the truth.
All right. What was that batshit commercial for? Let me know. Dylan says being really old is not all that makes it bad quality. You're right about that, Dylan. Okay, guys, that was the bonus question. What was that a commercial for? And that was the end of round number 2. Any repeats for round number 2? Any repeats for round number 2? Let me know if you have any repeats. Any repeats? Let me know. Julia, I think it is Carlton. I watched it 100 times today, so I think it is Carlton. Three, 4, 5 for Brendan. Let's reshare that screen there. Number 3, so kiss a little longer, hold hands a little longer, hold tight a little longer. Number 4, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. Number 5, if you dare wear short shorts, blank for short shorts. That was 3, 4, 5. Any other ones? Any other ones? John, yes, Alfonso Ribeiro. That's his real name, Carlton. Any other repeats? Number 10 for Marissa. Go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it. All right, my friends, you can win all 4 of those art prints. Let me know your favorite of these 4 characters. Mr. T, Sergeant Slaughter, Alf, and the Baroness. If you had to pick one of those, who would you want to hang out with? Let me know in the comments. Who would you want to hang out with? And thank you so much for playing Trivia with Buds. Check out this stout that they have at High Point Brewing Company in San Dimas, California. We'll be right back. Erica says, went to that commercial to Silver Spoons. Mari says Alf. Marissa says Alf. Erica says Mr. T. Julia says that commercial was bonkers bananas. I agree. I'll be right back. Grab a beer, guys. Grab a beer. Brendan Peterson and Kristen are talking about Eagle Man. That was hilarious. Or the Hubcap Center. Confucius said, you save big money on hubcaps or something like that. Remember that? Alf, the first 3 letters of my full name are his whole name. I also just like cats. That commercial was batshit crazy. So guano. Greg, I get it. From Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. That's what I learned when guano was. Beth says, oh my God, I just realized that you can put this on my TV through YouTube. Way better than looking at my little phone screen, switching over. Look at those low rates. Yeah, Beth, the Facebook Watch app on your smart TV is really handy for these live stream shows. Some of the other players on here do that as well. And we are back, guys, with the answers to round number 2. Let's see how you did on round number 2. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for telling a friend. And thanks for all those generous donations on Venmo and PayPal. Every dollar you donate is an entry to win those 4 prints and that amazing Spaceball sticker from Brad Albright Illustrations. We are now going to show you the answers to round number 2. This was all about product slogans. Let's see what you knew. Number 1, the choice of a new generation was Pepsi Cola. There it is, Pepsi Cola. Number 2, where's the beef, was Wendy's. Wendy's. Number 3 was Big Red Gum. So kiss a little longer, hold hands a little longer, hold tight a little longer, longer with Big Red. Did you guys know I was the singer on that commercial? Number 4, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight, FedEx, Federal Express, back in the day before they called it FedEx. Number 4. Number 5, if you dare wear short shorts, Nair for short shorts. Got to nair those legs. Some tell me I have to nair my chest. Some of you have seen my chest hair. It's not pretty. Number 6, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Title of your sex tape. And Alka-Seltzer. That one was a tough one. Alka-Seltzer. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. That's another one. Victory Auto Records, where the guy opened his car door and it fell off in his hands. That's hilarious. Peter Francis Geraci. Yes, Chicago had the best weird local commercials. Empire Carpets was from Chicago. 800-588-2300. Empire. Number 7, we had Newports. Newport cigarettes, the smoothest tasting menthol cigarette. Number 7. Number 8, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Number 8, Folgers. Number 9, the taste is gonna move ya. That was Juicy Fruit. Juicy Fruit. Does anybody here, have you ever heard of the slang Juicy Fruit, meaning like scrotum? Because it's like a pale colored substance. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Number 9, Juicy Fruit. Number 10, go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it, I win. Connect 4, 3 in a row. Go for one more. Go for it. Wow. Number 10, Connect 4. And the bonus here, what is this a commercial for? Let me pause my music right now. Mari says ew. Greg says no. I didn't make it up, okay? It might have been a Chicago thing. People are weird in Chicago. Okay, so I am going to actually share the other screen, like the QuickTime of this instead of the other thing. And so here is the answer. Okay, in this commercial, we had this poor kid break the window with all his street tough friends. And then the old man starts singing like opera music about it. And he's like, I'm going to kill this kid. And the kid's like, what do I do? And he's like, I tell the truth. I tell the truth. And the guy tells him he's a hero. My hint in the advertising was religion. So let's watch the answer here and see what this was a commercial for. We're going to find out right now. Here you go. I don't know if you heard it, but I was covering it up on the screen. Sorry. Here you go. Okay, I did it again. Here it is one more time. Let me turn it up.
From the Mormons, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, the Church of LDS. That was the answer there, the Church of LDS. That was a commercial to be Mormon by telling the truth for breaking an old man's window. So I thought that was hilarious. Ashley and her mom were raised Mormon, so I played that for them earlier. They had no idea what it was for. and it was fun. Scott Rosendale's here, says, need number 7 again, please. Julia helped me out and said Newports. And Brendan says, I wish I still never heard of that. Freddie says, great. Now I can never chew juicy fruit again. Freddie, you shouldn't be chewing juicy fruit. You're not an old lady with it stuck to the bottom of your purse. And you're like, oh, who wants some gum? Like normal people don't chew juicy fruit. You know what I'm saying? We have Empire Carpets out here, and it's still that same number. That's crazy. Kristen says, girl, you nasty. Oh my God. Book of Mormon says, Greg, I knew it was the Mormon, says Stevie. I guessed a bonkers bananas religion. FT dubs. So there you go, guys. I found that commercial. I thought it was hilarious. Does the Mormon church count? And I sadly remember this commercial. Yes. I think if you put Mormon church, that was fine. So there you go. That was it. That was the end of round number 2, product slogans. And let me know if you liked the video clip thing. I literally have never done it. It's not super hard to do now that I can do everything like with PowerPoint, and I didn't realize I could like share videos from my desktop to the program. I thought I had to have them in the program. So again, I've spent some time kind of getting to know how to make these shows better and better and better and better, hopefully. So let me know if you enjoyed that. Marissa had a perfect score being a latchkey kid in the 80s. And that's awesome. We're jumping into round 3. This is a picture round. Make sure you can see the screen for Time Magazine covers. I'm going to show you someone's zoomed in face. You got to tell me who they are. Okay. You got to tell me who they are in the picture. This is our picture round for the night. Does Buds look all glitchy for you guys or just me? It was cool, but the sound made it a little difficult, just being honest. But the sound, you mean the quality of the sound? Even the second time I played it, or only the first time, Freddie? Marissa says, same. I also watched a lot of I love the 80s shows when it was a thing. Does to me too. Glitching for me. Interesting. Wonder why. It's like crystal clear on my end. But, you know, it's going out to places near and far. Okay, so here we go. This is round number 3. And it's all about Time Magazine covers. So on this round, I'm going to show you celebrities' zoomed in faces. And you're going to tell me who they are from the 80s. Okay. One second, guys. 1 second. Some of these templates I use, they add this dumb fade transition that I don't like. Got to make sure that's off or it'll bug me. All right, so there you go. You got Michael Jackson there as an example. Name the celebrity by the face. I'm going to be zoomed in on the face a little bit on some of these. Okay. A lot of you guys say it's glitching. Is it still glitching right now? Can you see, or is it terrible? I'll wait to hear from you. Julia sent me a picture. Let me see what that says. You're all fuzzy and glitchy. Oh, wait, the PowerPoint is clear, so we're good. Okay. Looks good now. Okay, we'll just start it. Number 1, Time Magazine covers. Whose face is that? Number 1. Sometimes there's some words that might help you out. Number 1, Time Magazine covers. Number 1, number 1. What do you think? Number 1. I'm going to check my internet speed here in the garage and see what I'm dealing with. Damn, Gina. I got 204. 210. 212. Show me 213. 221. 218. No, 220 was the highest it just went. So I have 220 megabytes streaming. So I should be good. But it might be a Facebook thing, might be a StreamYard thing. That's what happens with this live streaming. You got to kind of rely on a bunch of stuff. Beth says it's way better now. Brendan says way better. Stevie says it's fine. They're making you self-conscious. You fine, you fine. Michelle says good now, not glitching now. Looks good. Maybe it was from playing the video. Maybe you're right. Freddie wants to get rid of the meetup banner. Freddie, you got a lot of demands tonight, but I'll do it just for you. There you go. Here comes number 2. Who's that? Number 2. Zoomed in face is number 2. Number 2. What do you think? Number 2. Time Magazine cover number 2. Number 2, who's this? Number 2, you're playing Trivia with Buds. Thanks for all the generous support on Venmo and PayPal. Julie wants those brows. Freddie says, thanks, Buds. The tequila gets me feisty. All right, Alfredo. Number 3, who's this? Number 3, what do you think, number 3? Number 3. If I had a nickel for every time someone said that to me. Here's number 5. Number 5, what's going on here? Number 5, Time Magazine covers. Number 5, these are all from the 80s. We have 95 names on the list right now for the wheel, guys. 95 names. And we're giving away 4 art prints. We're giving away that Spaceball sticker. And I think you're going to want to get in the raffle for the next prize I'm going to show you. If those first 2 sets of things didn't float your boat, get ready for the next prize. I'll show you that in just a couple more questions. Number 5. Number 5, what's going on here? Number 5, who's that? April just called me a jerk. JK, I get it. Number 5. Who's that? What do you think? Today's episode of the podcast was on Captain Planet. If you have not listened to the podcast and you love Captain Planet and you're like, I could use some Captain Planet trivia in my life, go subscribe to the Trivia with Buds podcast. It comes out every single day. Number 6. Who's this? Number 6. Number 6. After number 6, we have, of course, number 7. What's going on here? Number 7, Time covers. Number 7, who is that? Number 7. Marissa says, can't wait to listen to that one. There you go, Marissa. April says he will never be in the Hall of Fame. Ah, April. Number 7. One more picture, and I'll show you the next raffle prize. Let me get it ready here. I'll give you a hint, guys. It's a size extra large. Size extra large. Number 8. What's going on there? Number 8. What do you think? Number 8. Number 8. Title of my sex tape is size extra large. I'll take that, Julia. That sounds good. Manny says he's in the only Hall of Fame that matters, WWE's. That's great. All right. Quick little break to show you the next raffle prize. I think you're going to dig it. If you like t-shirts, if you're an extra large, you know somebody that is, and you love Star Wars, because we got this shirt. Look at that, guys. It says Rebels in a nice 80s looking font. You've got Yoda. It says use the Force. Chewie, Luke, Han. the Rebel logo. Very cool shirt. I love this quite a bit. I love that giant Yoda on it. And you could win it tonight. This is a extra large Rebels Star Wars shirt. Very 80s looking. I was saving this for tonight. So win this t-shirt. Donate on Venmo. Donate on PayPal. And get yourself this Rebels t-shirt. Let me know what you think of that shirt in the comments. Let me know what you think of that shirt in the comments. Title of your sex tape. Size extra large with a little juicy fruit. Oh, Julia. Julia's going blue tonight. Greg says amazing. Oh, about the shirt or maybe Julia's comment or both. We'll find out. Number 8. Here comes number 9. Who's this? Number 9. Christy says, great shirt. Very cool. Christy, you guys are due for a raffle win. Maybe you'll win it. Freddie says, tubular T-buds. Erica says, perfect. Greg says the shirt, but actually both. It was a happy coincidence. Brennan says, you're on a roll. Number 9. Here comes number 10. Who's this? Number 10. Thank you for your generous donations on Venmo and PayPal. You can win that shirt, Spaceball sticker, and some great artwork so far. 2 more prizes to show you before the end of the night. Julie says 9's a hottie. And the bonus for 2 points. Which U.S. president has been on Time Magazine's cover the most times? Which U.S. president has been on Time Magazine's cover the most times? Julia says that 9 can break her ankles. Unless she was talking about the president in question. Marissa says agreed. All right, that's the end of round number 3. Corey loves the shirt too. Any repeats for round number 3? Any repeats for round 3? I guess we can go through all of them again really quick. That was a picture round. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. 9. Number 10. And the bonus. Who is on the most in terms of presidents? On the cover all time or in the 80s? This is all time. Which president has been on Time Magazine's cover the most times of all time? So this one is not exclusive to the 80s. All right, that's the end of round number 3, everybody. Round number 3. We're meeting up tomorrow at Last Name Brewing. Hope you can make it for a beer with us, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Thanks for being here. Win that shirt. Donate on Venmo. Donate on PayPal. All the info is right here in the purple banner at the bottom of the screen. This was our last meetup at High Point Brewing. Shout out to the whole crew. Hopefully I see most of you tomorrow at Last Name Brewing at 2 p.m. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks for the support. Venmo RyanBuds, PayPal RyanBuds@gmail.com. See you in a minute. Mark says last name is a new barrel-aged stout that's very good. Greg's going to have to try that. If you love movies, our next round is all about movies, guys. It's Ebert reviews from the 80s. Good luck on Ebert reviews coming up next. All right, buddies, here we go. This is round number 3. Round number 3. Going over the answers. Let's share that screen. Next up is movie reviews from Ebert in the 80s. I think you'll like that round. Let's see how you did on the Time Magazine cover faces. 1 point for every question you got right. 2 points for the bonus at the end. Remember, you can double up one round throughout the night. So you can double up the word match round, the slogans, this round on Time Magazine covers, or our next round on movie reviews. Number 1, taking charge, that was Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer. Number 2, we had Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields. Number 3 was Steve Jobs. There's an apple on his head. Getting shot from a computer screen. Can that happen? Steve Jobs. Number 4 was Steve Martin. 2 Steves in a row. Steve Martin. Number 5, Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall. TV's hip host. Number 6, Pete Rose. Pete Rose. You got Tombstone by Kane, several WrestleManias. Number 7, we had Sandra Day O'Connor. Sandra Day O'Connor. Number 8, when the music died, John Lennon. Of course, John Lennon. Number 9, we had Joe Montana. Joe Montana. Number 10, You Bet Midler. Look at that. You Bet. What a lame-ass cover. They're like, all right, we've got Bette Midler for the cover. What should we put on the cover? You bet. All right, let's go on lunch. And the bonus for 2 points, it was Richard Nixon, 55 times. I think Trump is second with like 35 times or something like that, but Nixon 55 times on the cover of Time, which is crazy. How many times did they cover that story? I guess he was president, amongst other things, but you know what I mean. All right, so that was the answer there. Richard Nixon. Picture round is over, guys. We're jumping into movie reviews. Greg Nelson says, buckle up. Anything Imperial knocks you on your ass. Mark says, 14%. You won't be disappointed. Greg says, oh, I'm ready. And Julia says, I just read about Imperials because I was curious where the name came from. Apparently, it's from old Russian Imperial court. They would get the high alcohol beers. Interesting. Okay. We are jumping into round number 4. Round number 4. Let me change that banner there. And I'm going to give you an excerpt, small little part of a review of an 80s movie by Roger Ebert. You just got to tell me what movie it is. What movie it is. So this is called Ebert Reviews. I am having fun finding new PowerPoint templates. So if you're like, ooh, this is a fun one, let me know. Because I like this one today. Thought it was rather neat. And I just realized there is a page turning thing here. So let's see what this looks like. Prestige, airplane, peel off. We'll try this one. Okay, and we'll put that a little bit quicker. Let's try that. Okay, we'll apply that to all, and now we're going to show this slideshow. Okay, so here we go. Just write down the 80s movie that he might be talking about in these reviews. April says Nixon, Reagan, Clinton, and then Trump, and then a majority was when he was not a dictator. Oh, April, you're correcting me on I said Trump was second, so I was wrong. Trump was not second. Okay, so here we go. This is round number 4. Round number 4. Let's check it out. Roger Ebert's 80s movie reviews. Looking like a comp book. Name movie from the excerpt. Here's number 1. Blank Blank opens with a demonstration of the machine, which is struck by a bolt of lightning that fries its circuits and gives it the impression that it can think for itself. Number 1, 2 words to fill in here. Roger Ebert's 80s reviews. Number one, write it down. Number 1, blank blank opens with a demonstration of the machine, which is struck by a bolt of lightning that fries its circuits and gives it the impression that it can think for itself. Number one, write it down. Number 1, what do you think? Number 1. Number 1, blank, blank. What do you think? What movie could this be? Blank, blank. It is my fault with that politically charged time cover round. I should have done Garbage Pail Kids. It would have gone over politically smoother if I just did Garbage Pail Kids. Here's number 2. Dangerfield fondly believes Jason is a fraternity member and a star of the diving team, but actually Jason is the campus wimp, the team's towel boy, and of course, he gets no respect. Number 2, he gets no respect. Number 2. Roger Ebert's 80s reviews. Number 2. Write it down. Number 2. Oh my goodness, I just clicked on an article. It says it's time for our first glimpse of Hulu's Animaniacs revival. Oh my goodness. We might have to watch that right here on the show.
It's that time again.
To get our baby shark?
To make bubbles with our spit?
No, it's time to learn the day's lesson. And to find out what it is, we turn to...
It says, to celebrate this revival, Hulu released our first look at the new series Above, which looks much like the old series, which is just fine by us. Thank you very much. In addition to the return of the Warner Brothers and Sister, the series will also have Pinky in the Brain and stuff like that. Where is the clip, though? The clip I just watched wasn't even widescreen. I feel like it was just an old clip. I'm going to have to try and find it. Is it fine? Play it for us, buds. Animaniacs rule. I'm just going to say Hulu doesn't get enough respect. They have a ton of great shows on the service. Number 2 is the best Dangerfield movie after Ladybugs. Brendan, I might agree with you. Here's number 3. The year's funniest comedy was a collision course between British eccentricity and American craziness. It starred Kevin Kline and Jamie Lee Curtis as 2 American lovers pretending to be brother and sister who get involved with Michael Palin in a jewel robbery caper. This is a great movie. Number 3. What do you think, number 3? Oh, Julia, you got to pay the $2 or whatever for commercials. It'll change your life. It's so much better without commercials. I had that like 5 years ago, and I was like, I wish they had no commercials. And it was like $3 or $4 more. I'm like, done. Animaniacs. I'm just going to try and find this clip. November 2020. Yes. I didn't know it was that soon. That is so awesome. I want to see a clip of Animaniacs. How do I see a clip? So it's like a 4. You going to bed? Love you.
I like your cool 80s.
I look pretty cool, huh? You fixing my hair? Love you. Good night. You fixing my hair too? You want to do it? Love you, bud.
You started work?
Yeah, we're doing it right now. I was looking up something else while we're hosting the trivia. Number 4. Here's was the year's wacky special effects extravaganza, a virtuoso combination of live action and animation. The story is set in post-war Hollywood where cartoon characters, tunes, and human beings exist side by side. Brennan says, I refuse to pay extra. They can suck it. I I hate it too, but I'm not one who pays for the service. Like I can entertain myself in the commercial, no problem. They're not loud. They're jolting. Yeah, I hate when stuff's different. I hate when the audio, like the sound effects and the music are blaring, and then the audio, like when they're talking, is completely silent. You're like, what the hell's going on? So there's a 14-minute clip. I thought this was an old clip. It's the Wheel of Morality, if you remember that. Oh, see, this is not a new clip. This just says Wheel of Morality compilation. So I don't know why they keep saying this is a clip of the show. If anybody can find that, let me know. It's like, supposedly there's a new clip, unless they just mean the picture of them in the logo at the top of this article, which is lame. Number 4, what's this one? Number 4. Number 5, one of Robert Altman's trademarks is the way he creates whole new worlds in his movies. He takes one of the most artificial and limiting of art forms, the comic strip, and raises it to the level of high comedy and high spirits. Number 5. Jay says, is it weird to say that I don't mind commercials just because it makes things not feel so weird, forced-fed entertainment? Jay, I don't know if I agree with that. Wheel of Morality, turn. Jay, I hate when commercial audio is like a million times louder than the actual program. WTF. I kind of like them because it gives my brain time to relax. I have not watched a commercial willingly in like 10 years. I haven't had cable for 10 years. Reddy says, I say Wheel of Morality, turn to myself. When you spin the prize wheel, buds. Yes, it's working. Number 6, Blank is a mushy and limp musical fantasy. So insubstantial, it keeps evaporating before our eyes. It's one of those rare movies in which every scene seems to be the final scene. It's all ends and no beginnings, right up to its actual end, which is a cheat. Number 6, a cheat. Number 6. Number six. Parents still have cable. I mainly just watch things on YouTube, Netflix, or that D. The D+. Number 6, Blank is a mushy and limp musical. Number 7, Blank is a good-hearted, simple-minded comedy that will win a place in film history. I suspect primarily because it contains the movie debut of Dolly Parton. What is this one? Number 7. Brendan says commercials don't bother me. If they said Hulu was 4 times the price, so if it was $11.99 for Hulu, and it was $44.99, no commercials, I would be like, like I would really think about it. I probably still wouldn't get it, but I think it's worth paying for the no commercials. Once you do it, once you have commercials. Annabelle, we were at a hotel and we had TV on and we put something on for her and we went and did something else and we came back in. She said, there's something adult on the TV. We had put on like Toy Story 2 on cable. And she goes, something adult came on. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it was a commercial. She had never seen one in the 5 years of her life, like during a program she was watching. So it was just a commercial for aspirin. She was like, what is this adult thing? I'm watching Toy Story, that was hilarious. I think my kids, at least, and a lot of our kids will probably grow up with no concept of even having to sit through those most of the time. Number 8, the teenager in this movie is named Joel. He lives in the suburbs on Chicago's North Shore. It's the sort of family that has 3 cars, the family station wagon, mom's car, and dad's Porsche. Number 8. What do you think? Number 8. Number 8. Julia, maybe I'll give away Hulu 1 month free, no commercials as a prize, just so you can get a taste. It's like a drug dealer. Once you get a little fix, once you get a taste, you need your fix. Number 8. I watched John Wick on AMC with my dad recently at 3 a.m. We went over all the made-for-TV edits, removed scenes. It was great. Beth says she, Annabelle, will suck at the slogans around. Yes, she's going to be terrible at trivia if there's anything to do with commercials in the future. Although, like, if there was a new slogan for Skittles instead of Taste the Rainbow that was on TV, I would have no idea because I literally have not watched commercials. The only commercials I see are ads on the internet when they pop up. Dylan says first one's free. I would do all the Hulu binging. Number 9, Hoffman stars as Michael Dorsey, a character maybe not unlike Hoffman himself in his younger days. Michael's a New York actor, bright, aggressive, talented, and unemployable. Number 9. These actors, they can't get work. Have you guys seen Friends? Joey, he's struggling. Number 9, Hoffman stars as Michael Dorsey. Number 9. We did Friends trivia last night. You can go back and watch it anytime you want. I don't know if you guys heard Annabelle. She came and said goodnight to me. She's like, good night, 80s dad. Number 9. That was a fun thing she said. I can deal with a 1.5 breaks. Gives me time to pee and yell at the kids on my lawn. I watch TV for like an hour or maybe 2 hours every other day at the end of the day. So I want it all to be TV. I even hate credits. When the credits come on, I'm like, get them off. Give me the show again. Number 10. This is a movie that has a great many running scenes. It is also a movie about British class distinctions in the years after World War I, years in which the establishment was trying to piece itself back together after the carnage in France. Number 10. What could this movie be? Number 10. What do you think? I'll make it bigger for you. Number 10. Number 10. I think their first glimpse of what they're saying is the first glimpse, by the way, is just this, which is not really that much of a glimpse. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just Dot and Yakko and Wacko a little bit lower, like hanging on the Hulu thing. Because the clip they have in the article is just an old compilation clip. So I think that's what it is. Here's your last one for 2 points from the 80s. Roger Ebert reviews. For 2 points, Burt Reynolds sleepwalks through a role he's played several times before, but never so indifferently. Number 11, 2 points. Burt Reynolds sleepwalks through a role he's played several times before, but never so indifferently. That's the end of round number 4, the last regular round of the night, guys. Last regular round. Let me know if you need any repeats on this round. Let me know if you need any repeats on this one. Marissa needs 9. Marissa says 5 and 6. Okay, so here's number 9. Hoffman stars as Michael Dorsey, a character maybe not unlike Hoffman himself in his younger days. Michael is a New York actor, bright, aggressive, talented, and unemployable. And then we have 5 and 6. Number 5, one of Robert Altman's trademarks is the way he creates whole new worlds in his movies. He takes one of the most artificial and limiting of art forms, the comic strip, and raises it to the level of high comedy and high spirits. And number 6, Blank is a mushy and limp musical fantasy. Number 6. Comes number 7. Blank is a good-hearted, simple-minded comedy that will win a place in film history with Dolly Parton. And number 8, the teenager in this movie is named Joel. He lives in the Chicago North Shore suburbs. Dad's Porsche. Number 8. Number 9, Hoffman stars as Michael Dorsey. And number 10, a great many running scenes, British class distinctions, years after World War I. That is the end of that round, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and having some fun. Thanks for those generous donations on Venmo and PayPal. Manny Cortez just donated 10 bones and said Rodney Dangerfield's Rappin' Rodney is the best 80s rap song. Thank you, Manny. You are going on the list. Manny, are you coming to our meetup tomorrow? Let me know. Last Name Brewing, Manny Cortez, if you're going to be there. I think I have prizes for you. Manny, let me know if you're going to be there. Here's the bonus again if you missed it. Burt Reynolds sleepwalks through a role he's played several times before, but never so indifferently. Could it be Boogie Nights? It's not. That came out in the 90s. All right, that's the end of round number 4. Thank you guys for playing. Last round of Double Up. Good luck. Hopefully you're doing well. And we'll be right back in just a second. Thanks for playing Trivia with Bud's High Point Brewing Beers. Check them out. They're very tasty. We'll be right back. Oh, real quick, everybody, I didn't show you the raffle prize. The raffle prize for this round is a coaster with me on it. kind of 80s retro looking. This is a cork-backed coaster. It's coated. I use one all the time with my own face on it down here. Gets water rings on it. They disappear right away. It's coated in something great from Deandra Marquez. And you can win this one of me as Bob Ross to put in your living room. That's our 4th raffle prize today. 4th raffle prize. Win this coaster when you donate on Venmo and PayPal. We'll be right back. Thanks for playing trivia with me. Thanks, Marissa, for using that coaster. That's very cool to hear. Yeah, Jay, this sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog. Jay, I got a couple Buds care packages this week, and I'm stoked. I got the wooden Buds coaster and the ankle breaking stickers. I got to remember to bring those tomorrow. All right, guys, if you like music, get ready for our last round. Coming up next, it's the confidence round on 80s 8-bit music. I think you will dig it. Right now, we're going over the answer to the Ebert reviews. What movies was Ebert reviewing? We'll find out right now. Last round of double up to 24 points available if you're super smart and you know movies really well by short descriptions. Trivia free and fun every night. Thanks for playing here in my garage in Fontana, California. We'll be here tomorrow doing Harry Potter trivia. If you know wizards and muggles alike that want to play, send them my way tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific. It'll be tons of fun. Julia really liked this round. Awesome, Julia. Here we go. April says this sounds like pre-recorded music on a keyboard. It sure does. It's almost like it's the same song on a loop playing over and over again. Here we go. Roger Ebert, number 1. Blank, blank. That was Short Circuit, everybody. Short Circuit. I'll remove that banner. Short Circuit was the robot that can think for itself, number 1. Number 2, Dangerfield fondly believes Jason is a fraternity member and a star of the diving team. Back to School, number 2. Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. Number 3, the year's funniest comedy was Kevin Kline and Jamie Lee Curtis. Let me know if you've seen this movie. It's called A Fish Called Wanda. Let me know if you've seen A Fish Called Wanda. There was a sequel to this movie called, what was that called? Dangerous Animals, or what the hell is the sequel called? Brendan Peterson will know. Came out in the late 90s, I think. Something Animals? I don't know. But let me know if you saw this movie or the sequel. Number 4, here was the year's wacky special effects extravaganza, Tunes, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Number 4, great movie, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Number 5, Robert Altman, Popeye with Robin Williams. Popeye was the comic strip. Number 5. Number 6, Xanadu is mushy and limp, says Ebert. Number 7, 9 to 5 is a good-hearted, simple-minded comedy. 9 to 5. Number 8, the teenager in the movie's named Joel. That is Risky Business. Number 8, Risky Business. Number 9, Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman. Tootsie. Number 10 was Chariots of Fire. I've never seen it, but it's about running. Chariots of Fire. And the bonus, Burt Reynolds sleepwalks through the role. Cannonball Run, which is one of my family's favorite movies, but Ebert did not like it. He gave it half of a star. Half of a star. Cannonball Run. Okay, here are the answers again, guys. Number 1 was Short Circuit. 2 was Back to School. 3, Fish Called Wanda. 4, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. 5, Popeye. 6 was Xanadu. 7 was 9 to 5. 8 was Risky Business. 9 was Tootsie. 10 was Chariots of Fire. Bonus was Cannonball Run. Let me know your favorite movie of all of those on that round. I think mine's Roger Rabbit of that group. But 9 to 5 is pretty great, too. I like that movie. I tried to pick movies that I don't usually ask trivia questions about, just to kind of mix it up and get some new movies into the trivia world there. So I was really trying to look for movies I have not asked questions about. Fierce Creatures. That's it. I said Strange Animals. Dylan got it. Fierce Creatures. Fish Called Wanda is the best. Joey or Joe Erica has. Mark would know the name of the sequel. Fish Called Wanda sequel were both fabulous. You have to see it. Chariots of Fire. I used to love Xanadu. All right, there you go, guys. Round number 4. We're jumping into round number 5, which means I'm going to close out my music because I'm going to share my audio tabs with you guys so that you can listen to these songs. I can share just the audio, so get ready. We're going into round number 5. This round's a little different than all the other rounds. It's called the confidence round. It's the 8-bit audio round. I'm going to play 10 songs for you, about 15, 20 seconds of each song. You are going to write down what song and artist. You have to have the song and the artist for all of these. After you've written down your answers, you're going to go back and rank them 10 to 1. 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. And you have to use each number 1 time in the confidence ranking. So 10 is most confident, you get 10 points if you're right, then a 9, then an 8, then a 7, then a 6, then a 5, then a 4, then a 3, then a 2, then a 1. So there you have it. That's how it's going to work. I'm going to play you 8-bit. It's going to sound like Nintendo games, kind of like Jay said earlier. It's going to sound Nintendo gamey. And real quick, Michelle Lindemann donated. Says, here's 5 bones. Michelle Lindemann, you're going on the wheel. Thank you, Michelle, for your generous donation. Michelle, you are going on the list. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, 1L. Let me fix this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Michelle, you are on the list. Thanks for your generous donation. And Brendan Peterson says, here's $10. 80s crap, I won't win. Brendan, you say that every time, but I have faith in you tonight, BP, that you will win and prosper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to watch Fierce Creatures and A Fish Called Wanda again. I could go for watching those. Okay, here we go. This is it. There's no visuals here. It's just audio. I'm going to play you a song. Okay, so I can share this tab, just audio, I believe. So let's see how this goes. Chrome tab, share audio. I want to share it from this one. Share. Well, that's not what I want to do. I want to stop that. How do I share just the audio? I don't want to show that. Give me 1 second, guys. See if I can figure this out. Share audio here. Chrome tab, StreamYard, share audio. Well, it's going to show you the answer then. Let me see if I can just play these really loud on my computer, I guess. All right, so here comes number one, because I don't want to share the tab that'll show you the answer. So here comes number one. I'm just going to play it loud. Hopefully it goes through my microphone okay. Let me know if you can hear it okay, guys. Here comes number one. We're going to hear 20 seconds of this song. Need the artist and the song title to get the full points for it. Here's number one. All right, that was 20 seconds. Was that too loud or was that just fine? Could you hear it? Let me know. That was number one. Number one, 20 seconds to number one. We'll play those again in a second, but let me know in the comments what the quality was like. Freddie G just donated. Freddie says, here's $5. 80s trivia, drinking a ton of Coke to stay on theme. Very cool. All right, Freddie G, you are in the mix. Freddie, thank you for your generous support each and every day here on the show. Thank you, Freddie. And also Jay Reyes donated $10 and says something round table pizza fact stemming from the 1980s. Manny, help me out here. Jay, you are on the list as well. 10 times. Thank you, Jay, for that extremely generous donation. Thank you. Okay, that was that, and that was that. We're up to 135 names on the list, 135. Perfect sound level. I could hear it. Perfect sound. One of my favorite 80s cassettes. Sounded good. Okay, that was number one. We're going to play it one more time, just in case you missed it. Here it is, number one. I'm drinking Red Stripe, guys. Check it out. Let me know if you like Red Stripe. Okay, that was number one, everybody. Number one. Here comes number two. That was number two, everybody. Number two. We're going to play that again. Here we go. Number two. That was number two. Freddie says he remembers Red Stripe being tasty. Here's my little trick. I squirt some lime juice in there, make it nice and islandy. I like lime in my Red Stripe. And first time I ever had Red Stripe was in Pensacola, Florida. I ordered it at a beach like tiki bar. And they said, do you want a lime in it? And I said, sure. And that was the first time I had it. That was my first time on a flight. I think I was 20 years old and I had just met Ashley. And her parents were going to Pensacola. So we went there. It was tons of fun. And I read today that Red Stripe was made in Illinois originally in 1923 or 33. The first batch of Red Stripe was made before, I think it was called something else. And then they changed it over the years and then eventually started making it in Jamaica. But it was originally made in Illinois, which is weird. Jay says, I love Red Stripe with lime. Nice, Jay. We'll have to have one in Arizona sometime. And Kristen says, these remind me of early versions of ringtones. I'm with you. I think that's perfect. Here comes number three. Number three. That was number 3. We're going to play number 3 again. Here comes number 3, number 3. I'm rocking out, guys. I was listening to these earlier. I was like, these are great. I love the 8-bit versions of some of these songs more than the real song. All right, here's number 2 one more time because Freddie wants to hear number 2. Here's number 2 again. This was number 2 if you missed it. That was number 2. Julia says 3 was quiet. So we're going to go a little bit louder for number 3 again. Here's number 3 again. That was number 3 again, a little bit louder. Erica saw him in concert. And Jody says, do they still have puzzles under the caps of Red Stripes? I don't think Red Stripes ever had puzzles, but Mickey's has the puzzles. They're called Rebus puzzles, and they're on the bottom of Mickey's caps. And yes, they are still on there. Here comes number 4, number 4. That was number 4, guys. Here it comes again, number 4. There you go, number 4, number 4. All right. We are jumping in to number 5. Here comes number 5. Let's check it out. And this one, I'm going to fast forward a bit to about a minute in or so. Here comes number 4. So that was number 5, guys. Number 5. Here comes number 5 again. Number 5. That was number 5 on your list. How we doing? We're halfway through. We're halfway through. Number 5. Number 5. Halfway through the round. There's only 10 total questions. No bonus on this one. Here comes number 6. That was number 6. Mark Shipley says, you're the only person I've ever seen rocking out to 8-bit. Shipley. This will be a whole new round when the world opens back up and we can do bingo in person again. Wouldn't 8-bit bingo be fun? I think that would be fun. You'd have to really listen to it, but I could make that playlist. That would be a cool one. Here it is again. This was number 6. If you missed it, number 6. That was number 6, y'all. Number 6. Number 6. Number 6. Our last raffle prize, guys, I'm going to show it to you right now. It's a Patrick Swayze sticker. You can't do an 80s trivia night without giving away this big old badass Patrick Swayze sticker. This is really cool. I only have 3 of these left. I ordered, I think, 50 from this artist that made it. It's my favorite sticker I've ever given away. It is Patrick Swayze, icon of the 80s. If you need that, you are going to donate and get a buck going on the raffle. Every dollar you donate is an entry in the raffle. We have 135 names in the list. And thank you so much for the generous support tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. This is round number 5, question number 7. That's all you get. That's number 7, guys. Number 7, writing down all your answers, ranking them 1 through 10. 10's the highest, 1's the lowest. Here it is again, number 7. That was number 7. We got 8, 9, and 10, guys. 8, 9, and 10. Here comes number 8. I'll give you a hint on this one, guys. This actually came out, I think, in 1979. But I like the sound of it so much, I had to include it. Here's number 8. That was number 8. Here comes number 9. Here it is again, guys. Number 9. Number 9. That was number 9 on your list. We are on our last song. We made it all the way through an 80s trivia night. If you had a good time, tomorrow night is Harry Potter trivia. Don't miss Harry Potter trivia. Before we go into this last round, I do want to show you one of the prizes for tomorrow night. It's a Harry Potter oven mitt. It's my last oven mitt to give away. Look at, there's Ron, and there is Harry. And on the back, you got Ron and Hermione. This is very, very cool. This is one of the prizes tomorrow. Harry Potter oven mitt, handmade. I did not make it, but I ordered it from somebody on Etsy who makes nerdy oven mitts. Check this out. You can win it tomorrow. If you like Harry Potter, and you got to have this oven mitt to make all your nerdy stuff at home, your butter beers, your chocolate-covered frogs, etc. Make sure you play tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific, Harry Potter trivia. Win this oven mitt. And we're giving away this game back there, the Funko. It comes with 4 mini Funkos of Harry Potter characters, and it's a fun strategy game to play with friends and family. So we're giving away that for the top prize. You can raffle off and win this oven mitt and a bunch of other very cool stuff. Okay, so very, very cool. This is your last song. Your last song. Also, guys, let me know in the comments if you are going to play trivia tomorrow. If you're going to play Harry Potter tomorrow, let me know. Let me know. Okay, here's your last song. This is my favorite one of the whole bunch. Let's see if you can get it. Number 10. I'm playing too much of the song. That's how much I like it. All right. That was number 10. Here comes the beginning of number 10 again. If I was a DJ, I'd be an 8-bit DJ. All 8-bit, all night, nothing else. And people would flock. And I'd wear a big dumb mouse head like that dead mouse. But my mouse head would be Remy's from Ratatouille, although he's a rat. So one of the rescuers, one of those mice, Bianca. I'd have Bianca's head with the beret on my DJ head. That's what I would do. Okay. Brennan says, no, nothing about Harry Potter. I know nothing about Harry Potter. Angela says, I love that I'm playing with a 17-year-old daughter and she knows all these songs. Stevie wants 3, 4, 7. Big surprise. And Julia says 1 and 3. Are we allowed? Sure. Guys, anything for you, my adoring friends. Here we go. Let's do 1, 3, 4, 7. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 7. Here's 1. Here comes number 1. Oh, wait, hold on. Here comes number 1. Here comes number 3. And here comes number 4. Brian Harris, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Sorry you missed the game. That was 1, 3, 4. And here comes number 7. This one is straight up Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, we're going to do 8, 9, and 10. That was number 7. Here comes number 8. Here comes number 9. Erica killed this round. Good job, Erica. That was number 9. Here comes number 10. And number 6 again for Brennan Peterson. Here comes number 4 for Angela. All right, guys, that was our game. Dylan says it's a super fun game. Of course, the 80s are right in Dylan, Amy, and Corey's wheelhouse. Classes of 89, 91, and 92. Perfect. I love it. That's like my older siblings. That's why we get along, Dylan. They're about the same age. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for playing with me tonight on Facebook Live. You've written down all your answers. You've ranked them 1 through 10. 10's the highest, 1's the lowest. 55 points available. After I give you the answers, when we come back in a minute, you are going to add up all your scores and RSVP points. Top 3 scoring teams get put in a raffle to win this amazing Trivial Pursuit Back to the 80s game. Kristen says your whole look right now is perfect for this round. And Dylan says, plus Jackson nailed number 9 in the confidence round. Nice job, Jackson. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to be right back. Last chance to donate. Kelly Thalen just donated. She says, I was born in 1990, and it shows. Hey, that's no problem, Kay Thay. You could still win some prizes on the big wheel. Kay Thay, Kelly Thalen in the mix from Shepherd High School. We have 140 entries. Holy cow, 140 entries. Christy's class of 89. Very cool. Again, I get along with Christy really well, like a sibling. Thank you guys for playing with me. Thanks for having some fun. And we'll be right back in just a minute. Last chance to donate. That info on the bottom banner and at the very top. Ryan Buds on Venmo, PayPal, ryanbuds@gmail.com. Join us tomorrow and get fun stuff from me. You never know what I'm going to give away in person at Last Name Brewing. We'll be right back. Marissa says, killed it tonight. And we'll see you in just a second, guys. Let me put on a YouTube song for you so you have some noise in the background. It's not so quiet. 80s.
Looking for the best music for your videos?
Danny Trejo, settle down. All right, we'll be right back. Grab a beer. Stick around. We might be doing something after the show. That's a crazy ass song. We are back with the answers to round number 5, the confidence round. Thank you guys so much for playing. I actually might start wearing sunglasses all the time because I have these giant lights on me and it's like a whole different world with sunglasses. So these may become a staple of the show or different sunglasses every day. We got them lying all around the house and no pair costs more than $1 because I don't believe in sunglasses that cost more than $1. Okay, here we go. This is round number 5. I'll play these for you again very quickly, and we'll see how you did. If you are in the top 3 scoring teams at the end of the night, you're going to win something possibly, which is a Trivial Pursuit Back to the 80s game. Then we're going to raffle off a Patrick Swayze sticker, a Star Wars shirt, a Trivia Buds coaster, some artwork, and a Spaceball sticker. Remember, this is the real cool Star Wars shirt we're giving away tonight. It says Rebels. It's got Yoda. It says use the Force. It's very, very cool. Retro 80s looking shirt. Win that tonight. Okay. Cam's still on a camping trip, I think, Jay. And did you have those shades already? Yes, these are from Spiked Seltzer. I got these free, I think, one of our holiday parties at Ridiculousness. We had some bar or restaurant that the show had rented out for a holiday party, and they just had all these free sunglasses on the table. I took like 6 pairs, and I keep them scattered around because I just need something basic. You know what I mean? When I'm walking around with the kids outside and stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's go over these answers really quickly. Here was number one. Number one. Let's see if you knew number one. I'll play a couple seconds of it. That was called Shock the Monkey by Peter Gabriel from his album So, which is a fantastic album and great, great song. Peter Gabriel, Shock the Monkey. Shock the Monkey. Ashley and I, when we got married, our wedding song was The Book of Love by Peter Gabriel. And they used that in the Scrubs finale, if you remember Scrubs. And she's a big fan of that song. So that was like the theme of the wedding. And we had books on all the tables and all this stuff. And but when the person asked us, they said, so we heard you're going with a Peter Gabriel song. I said, yeah, Shock the Monkey. And the lady was like, what? Like she thought I was serious. It was great. Okay, so that was number one, Shock the Monkey, Peter Gabriel. You did have to get the artist name and the song title. Here comes number two. That was Come On, Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot. Come On, Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot. Number two, Come On, Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot. Marissa agrees that Peter Gabriel album is great. When I first moved to California, one of the first tracks on that album is Big Time by Peter Gabriel. It's like, I'm on my way on making it big time. And there's a lot of sledgehammer noises. All his songs have sledgehammer noises from that album. And I am a huge fan of that song. And when I moved to California, I used to play it driving around. Like, I made it to California. And here I am hosting trivia, dressed like an 80s douchebag in my garage. I made it. Here's number three, guys. Number three was... That was Just Like Heaven by The Cure. Just Like Heaven, great song by The Cure. Just Like Heaven by The Cure, late 80s Cure song, I believe. Freddie says false finale. They came back with the shitty reboot. Yeah, Scrubs interns, terrible. Did not fly with me. Number four. That was Lick It Up by Kiss. Lick It Up by Kiss. Lick It On Up by Kiss. Number four. Number five, we started at the 1 minute mark. That was Lucky Star by Madonna. Lucky Star by Madonna. Lucky Star by Madonna. Great song you don't hear all the time, just a little bit, I feel like. I feel like I've only heard that song maybe 5 times in my whole life, as opposed to other Madonna songs, which you hear nonstop. But Lucky Star, great song. Number six. She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby. Thomas Dolby was the artist. She Blinded Me with Science. He did have to get the artist, Thomas Dolby. She Blinded Me with Science. Number seven. This is Mega Man music. That was Rio by Duran Duran. Rio by Duran Duran. You'll know this part. Well, listen. So That was Rio by Duran Duran. Brendan Peterson liked the intern season. Wow. Brendan, I may have to block you from the page. I'm sorry. It's a bad season. It's not likable. Just kidding. Here's number 8. That was Rock With You by Michael Jackson. Again, I think it came out 79, but that was Rock With You by Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, number 9. That is Rush, Tom Sawyer, Rush. Tom Sawyer, Rush, Tom Sawyer. Number 9. Number 10, best song of all time. Think I wanna know ya. That was Morris Day and the Time, Jungle Love. Morris Day and the Time, Jungle Love. I don't think that there's a better song that just starts off awesome than that song. There's no build. It's just like hop on into the party. Morris Day and the Time, Jungle Love, great song. You Dropped the Bomb on Me, which is not by Morris Day and the Time. That's another great song from 70s and 80s. That I think starts off just like ready to go. It's awesome. Kristen says, I am imagining MJ wearing his red jacket and doing fast kung fu with that clip. Brennan says, how dare you? I'm sorry, I had to run to the restroom. I don't need the sound clips. What were 4 and 5 again? So number 4 was Lick It Up by Kiss, and 5 was Lucky Star by Madonna. I'll read those again for you. Number 1, Shock the Monkey by Peter Gabriel. 2, Come On, Feel the Noise. And you know how they spell come. Is Quiet Riot. Number 3, Just Like Heaven. That is The Cure. 4, Lick It Up by Kiss. 5, Lucky Star by Madonna. 6, She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby. 7, Rio by Duran Duran. 8, Rock With You by Michael Jackson. 9, Rush, Tom Sawyer. And 10, Jungle Love, Morris Day and the Time. That was the end of the night, everybody. You are now going to add up all your scores from rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make sure you have one round doubled up from rounds 1, 2, 3, or 4. Up to 55 points in the last round and RSVP points to close out the night. We'll be back in just a minute with the top 3 scoring teams. Send me those answer sheets and last chance to get in the raffle. Donate on Venmo. Donate on PayPal. Every dollar is an entry to win some cool prizes from me. We'll be right back. Send me those answer sheets, guys. Send me those answer sheets. Send me your answer sheets when you're done. We are giving away this Stranger Things Trivial Pursuit 80s edition. Last one I have to give away, Trivial Pursuit Back to the 80s. Let's see If you can win it tonight, Brendan Peterson, great job. Kelly Thalen. Nice job, Kelly. Julia, this song's by your brother. Fantasy. I got a real quagmire neck. Look at my neck. It's so like... Last call for answer sheets, guys. Send me those answer sheets. Last call for answer sheets. Beth only got a 60. Oh, Beth. That's a tough night. I hope you still had fun. Julia says he wishes. Any more answer sheets? Last call, guys. Last call for answer sheets. Brendan's got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell. I know there's only 16 of you here, but I'm feeling like drinking a little longer. So if you want to stick around, we may do a trivia with Buds after dark. That's right. We might not turn off the lights. We might not get real sexual. But if you want to hang out and have some beers and listen to some more 8-bit music and stuff, stick around on the live stream. I'm feeling it tonight. I'm going to go get another red stripe in a minute. Let me know in the comments if you want to do that. Mari and Beth said giggity. Marissa says, sleepy brain math sucks. Good job, Marissa. Okay. We are going to... Michelle Lindemann says, is this where he send them? Yes. Just send me that on Messenger there on Pages. That would be great. Brendan got yours. Michelle got yours. Last call for answer sheets, guys. Last call for answer sheets. Any more answer sheets? Okay, I think we got our top 3 teams. I'm going to put them in a wheel, and then I'll share that wheel with you. We're going to give away this Trivial Pursuit game, which I just realized I've never played, and I have one behind me for myself. So I am going to bust that out. Maybe I'll see if Ashley and her mom want to play later or tomorrow or something. But our top 3 scoring teams in no particular order. Top 3 scoring teams were Brendan Peterson. Great job, Brendan. Well done. Well done. Dylan Enderby and company. Dylan and the Enderbys. Great job. And Team Manny Cortez and company. So we've got 3 top scoring teams. We are about to share this wheel with you. And then we are going to give away a bunch of raffle prizes. Thanks for playing with me. I hope you had fun on the live stream tonight. We've got BP, Dylan and the Enderbys, and Manny Cortez. Okay. So, Julia, this song is called OK by 13 Ounce, or it's called 13 Ounce by OK. I don't exactly know. Scores were 113, 111, and 110. Those were the top 3 scoring teams. And we are going to give away this fantastic prize. Who's going to win? Stranger Things 80s edition of Trivial Pursuit. We're going to find out right now, guys. Get ready. We're spinning the wheel. And the winner of the game is Dylan and the Enderbys. Dylan and the Enderbys have won Trivial Pursuit, the 80s edition. Great job. That's going to Dylan and the Enderbys. Great job. Great job. Dylan and the Enderbys have won. They have won. There you go. That is how the game went down tonight, guys. Thank you so much for playing. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned some stuff. Hope you were challenged. And I hope that it was a good time for all of your teammates. We have some prizes to give away now in the raffle. And Julia says, nice, congrats. Mari says, damn it, Manny. Kristen says, I've been looking up 8-bit songs on Apple Music. There are so many you could and should do an entire night of 8-bit songs. Think that might get a little old, Kristen. I mean, it might be okay, but we'll try it maybe in the future. You never know. Amy says, how fun. Amy, you're going to love this game. I hear it's really cool. All right, first thing we're raffling off is a Spaceball sticker. We're going to raffle off this Spaceball sticker. Who's going to win the Spaceball sticker? I'm going to share this with you. 140 names on the wheel. 140 names on the wheel. And here we go, gang. 140 names. Look at those tiny-ass names. We are going to give away this sticker. Who's it going to be? We're going to find out right now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. The winner of the Spaceball sticker is Dylan. Holy cow, Dylan is on a roll. Great job, Dylan. Dylan's team won the big board game, and now Dylan has won the Spaceball sticker. Well done, Dylan. I'll bring it to you tomorrow at Last Name Brewing. Well done. I forgot to shuffle up the names. Oh, wait. I spun the wrong wheel. No, I didn't. Did I? No. No, there were a lot of names on that wheel. Oh, I have 2 windows open. Okay, so I'm going to remove just one Dylan. Dylan, you still have a chance to win. You've won a sticker so far, but I am going to mix up the names. So here we go. We're shuffling up the names. Shuffle, 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 Stein. And now we're going to see who wins the Patrick Swayze sticker. Who's going to win the Pat Swayze sticker? Let's see right now. We're going to give it a click. Patrick Swayze sticker going to... Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. The winner here is April. It was almost Dylan again. April has won the Patrick Swayze sticker. Great job, April. That is going to April and Mari down in beautiful Arizona. Great job, April. Great job, April. Our next prize is going to be all 4 of these great works of art. Alf and Sergeant Slaughter. You're going to get all 4 of these mailed to you from drewblank.com. Let's see who won the 80s artwork. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's going to lucky player named April. She does have 50 entries on the list. April getting those 5 prints from drewblank.com. Great job, April. Well done, April. Great job, April. Our second to last prize is the Trivia with Buds glazed coaster. With me is Bob Ross. Let's see who won this coaster. We're spinning that wheel, and the winner of the coaster is April again. Oh, my goodness. April is tearing it up with her 50 donations. Very, very cool, April. The last prize is this. Huge, awesome Star Wars t-shirt. This is the last prize of the night. Who's going to win the t-shirt? We're going to do it right now. We're spinning that wheel. We're spinning. It's an XL. It's for Star Wars. It's got Yoda on it and Han Solo and Luke. And the winner is Michelle. Michelle with 1 L. You have won a Star Wars t-shirt. Michelle with 1 L. You are the winner of that Star Wars t-shirt. And that's how the whole night went down, guys. Thank you so much for playing. I hope you had a great time with me. And I'm feeling pretty loose and ready to go. So we're going to stick around here. We might do some more trivia and some fun stuff. But give me a couple minutes. Stick around here. I'm going to go hit the can and grab a beer. And you should too. I'll turn this music up. And we'll see you in about 3 minutes for the big return. Thank you guys for playing trivia. If you're taking off, come meet us tomorrow at Last Name Brewing. And have some fun with us in Upland, grabbing some beers, 2 p.m. tomorrow. Be safe. God bless you and your families. Hope you're all safe and sound. And we'll see you in 3 minutes for Trivia with Buds After Dark. All right, guys, I am back. And it's time for Trivia with Buds After Dark. Oh, man. All right, I'm putting the lights back on because I literally can't see anything. So this is After Dark with regular light. So we are hanging out here in my garage. Thank you so much for hanging out and playing trivia with me. As always, I appreciate you all so very much. And I want to hear about your weeks. Let me know what's going on in the comments. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. Let me know what the happenings be. Julia says, LOL, hit the can. Who says that? I just said it, Julia. Mark Shipley says, good job, April. Brendan says, my grandfather used to say that. And Dylan says, let's keep rolling this mofo. Dylan, what are you guys drinking over there in Upland tonight? You don't have to go very far tomorrow at all for Last Name Brewing. That'll be pretty sweet. I'm excited about that. I haven't seen so many of you in so long. I will have some sort of somethings for all of you who show up tomorrow. Make sure you're there around 2 o'clock. Me and my boy Greg Nelson, we're going to hang out a little early. Greg, are you still on the chat here? Not a lot of comments from Greg. Clint must be really coning it up over there. Let me know what you guys are drinking. Let me know what you're doing this weekend besides the meetup. Let me know what's going down. Trivia is over. We did 2 hours and 20 minutes of 80s trivia tonight. That was a lot of fun. Tomorrow's Harry Potter. Sunday is 5 random rounds. Let me know if you have any ideas for the random rounds. I am getting invigorated writing new trivia rounds because I have this new computer and I have PowerPoint, like the legit PowerPoint, not just the online version. You could do so much more stuff with it. And now my brain's starting to flow like, why don't I do more video clips? Why don't I do more of this and that? So that's why I did that video clip today. And hopefully you like the templates and stuff like that. I get a kick out of that stuff. And that's the stuff that keeps it fresh for me instead of just like asking trivia questions on the same stuff week after week. Whenever I can think of something new that hopefully spices it up for you, it also spices it up for me. So that's what I'm always trying to do. Greg Nelson says, yes, we are. April says, awesome night. We love the 80s. We cannot express how much we appreciate the Buds community and Ryan for being such a dork. He makes us laugh and challenges us on the daily. Thank you, April. That's very, very kind of you to say. And I've made many friends over this quarantine, but April and Mari are near the top of the list in terms of just genuinely awesome people who are very supportive and so glad to know you guys. And it's so weird. I've never met you in person. So when I do meet you in person, it's this whole other layer we get to unpeel from this friendship onion. Does that make sense? Nope. But it will make you cry like an onion. Greg says we are doing that tomorrow. Julia says my AC finally got fixed. Nice. Julia was putting like wet towels in the wind or something, she said the other day. Wet swimsuit? What was it? AC finally got fixed at my old ass house. Place was built in 1916, so the windows and insulation suck, but I've got cold air flowing. Nice. Greg says, bro date. Greg, I haven't been on a good old-fashioned bro date in a while. I don't have that many bros. I have a lot of friends, but I don't really have friends like in California, especially in the quarantine, that I'm like, got to go meet up with. Those guys I went on the camping trip with from Chicago, those are like my closest friends. I have a lot of acquaintances and friends from trivia and bars and breweries and stuff, but like nobody I really hang out with, even when the world's open. I just don't even really hang out with anybody because I'm always at a bar or brewery or I'm doing this every night. But I prefer it that way. If I was like 22, I'd be all over the place. But in my 20s, I did a lot of stand-up and saw my friends rarely. In my 30s now, I do a lot of trivia and see my friends rarely. But I get to see you guys, which are my friends, every night, which keeps me flowing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. for hanging out. Dylan's drinking some Heineken. Hands off my Heine. Julia says, do I need to crash that bro date? That's awesome, Julia. Happy for you at the AC. Only took 4 service calls. Frustrating. Frunion. Mari's laughing. Freddie says, switch to beer. Estrella Jalisco. Because I have work tomorrow morning. Oh, Freddie. That's crazy. What's tomorrow? Saturday? I had to wake up at 7:30 today for the first time in a long time. And it was terrible. At about 4 o'clock, I thought it was like 9 o'clock. And I was like, what? It's 4 o'clock? These people, they want to do meetings all the time. And they're like, hey, they're on the East Coast. And they're like, how about 11 a.m.? I'm like, oh, it's 8 a.m. my time. But I can't not do it. What am I going to be like? Nope, I'm busy. We got to walk from my bedroom to the garage. I have no excuses. Freddie says that. April says, thank you, Manny, for turning us on to such a great platform to have fun, laugh, and break some ankles. April has broken Mari's ankles so many times in so many different positions, so many different tools she's used to break those ankles. They're closer than ever, April and Mari, down in Arizona. Greg says, only when you're referencing Shrek. Dude, I'm your bro. That's true, Greg. You're my bro. Brendan says, I feel your pain. I live in a poorly made guest house with no central AC. What's your rent in a guest house, Brendan? I always wondered if it was like insane or is it like $1,200? And how big is it? Tell me about your house. Also, give me your social security number. I'm going to look you up. Dylan says, I'm always at a bar or brewery, something a lot of bros are looking for. Dylan, you're my bro. I've seen you more over the quarantine than most people, Dylan. Julia says, can you... No, Julia, I'm not going to say those words. Bathroom is banyo. So that's all I can say. Jay says, I had my eyes dilated for the first time today. Interesting stuff. Jay, same thing with my butthole. I mean, my eyes. I've had my eyes dilated for sure. And maybe I had them dilated today, which is why I have these sunglasses on. And maybe my butthole is involved and I have like a pirate's eye patch around my waist just on that spot. So the lights don't shine in my butt. Was that something I just said? Sure was. John Holland says, I just have evaporative cooler. Is that an old school air conditioner? What is an evaporative cooler? Mari says, from where, cousin, not by me. Oh, yeah, Jay. Mari's going to be pissed that you didn't go to her for eye stuff. It's going to be rough over at the next Thanksgiving meal. Dylan says, hell yeah. We're buddies. Jay says, Mari, nah, I went to Estrella Mountain. Is that by Jalisco? Julia says, I was looking into those. Seems legit. Brendan says, it's 900 square feet and $1,000 a month. That's not bad. That's actually really good. 900 square feet and $1,000 a month. And it has a bathroom and stuff. That's pretty great. What part of the neighborhood is it in, Brendan? Oh, you're in North Hollywood. That sounds pretty good for that area. I would live there if I was a stunning bachelor like Brendan Peterson. Freddie says, honestly, this is pretty much my only socialization besides work. I literally go to work and go back home and vice versa because I'm super paranoid about the Rona. I love that you help me stay sane. Thanks, Freddie. You guys help me stay sane. Dylan says that was hard to follow. Jay says the light don't shine down there. Jay, are you sure? What do you know about my third eye, Jay? Julia says it's a fancy name for swamp cooler, only good for low humidity environments like us. Scott says it's after dark trivia all about Buds' butt. Scott, you wait and see. We've just begun the butt talk. April says evaporative coolers is some 70s shit. Yeah, my dad said they didn't have air conditioner in their car. They had something like that. They hung out the window and it didn't probably do anything. You put like ice in it or something. Julie says that's cheap as hell. Jay says we used to have an evap cooler. We'd throw ice cubes in there. I was right, ice cubes to make it colder. John says, yep, using large pad that gets soaked in water and pulls the air through, but doesn't work too well in July and August, though decent today. John, don't you live in Arizona? Isn't it humid as shit there? Julia says, this is my only socialization as well. I love it. Grateful for all you guys. Cheers to you, Julia. Everyone cheers. very excited about things to come because business-wise, it seems like we're going to be good, hopefully. Knock on wood. I have a wooden wrist. Business is going great here for the corporate shows and the ways that we're able to pull in money from all these companies that want to do these happy hours and things. And you guys really help us stay afloat with all these donations. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm very excited that, you know, for a long time, I'm like, well, I hope I can keep this going until the world opens back up. And then slowly it was like, it's not really opening back up. Then it did open back up and then it went right back closed. So I feel like we're going to be like this at least through the end of the year until they have a vaccine or something. And even then, everyone's still going to be wearing masks. Everyone's not really going to be going out as much. There's going to be whole generations of people that are just like homebodies because they're worried, like Freddie said, about the Rona. Some people are extra worried. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's just going to be the way of the world. So we'll see what happens. Erica says, put a wet rag over a fan. Dylan says, Arizona has a dry heat. I thought Arizona, for some reason, had a lot of humidity, but it must be the complete opposite is what I'm thinking. Kristen says, cheers. Greg says, cheers. Freddie says, cheers. Jay says, we have a dry heat when it's not getting ready to storm. Dry heat of freaking 1,000 degrees. This is my only socialization. I've been working from home 10 hours a day since mid-March. Mari is essential, so I stay home all the time to keep her safer. April, that's interesting. I didn't think about you not going into an office with what you do for work, but that does make sense. Brendan says it's a great place. Kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, huge living room, just no central AC or heat. I live on space heaters and portable AC unit, but it's overall great. Is your electric bill crazy, Brendan, or not so bad with those plugins? My first apartment was $15.95 in Burbank on Olive and Pass, right across from Warner Brothers, a place called the Starlit Hotel, the Starlit, but it was an apartment building. 450 square feet, $15.95, no air. It's terrible. As soon as we moved out, they put in air, but then they upped it to $19.95 a month, 450 square feet. It's a glorified studio, but it was pretty cool. It's like 200 degrees in Arizona. Julia says, filing for unemployment tomorrow for the first time in my entire life, 34. And my first job at 14. Dang, just realized 20 years, always had a job. Jay, I've always been working from home since March. Our work updated its return to office date out of June. Julia says it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. That's our catchphrase. Dylan says, Jay, how old are you? Kristen says, so sorry. Julia. Greg says, I'm sorry. That sucks. It does suck, Julia. Unemployment's no fun, but it is there if you need it. Jay says, I wish my brother would stay home, but no, he has to go out with his friends. Shaking my head. The only friends I go out with are you guys to get these beers with our masks on for about an hour, you know? I figure that's the least I could do. We're all fine, right? Mari says, Jay will always be 12 to me. Jay says, I'm 24. Oh, Jay, I thought you were older. I thought you were like 28. April says, the most interaction I got this week was an Amazon fresh delivery guy who actually handed me my groceries. Ooh. Was Mari jealous, April? Brendan says, electric is not bad at all. I'm friends with the people in the main house, so I don't have to worry about crazy rent hikes. And he says, Jay, you're 24. His own cousin doesn't even know that. Jay, I'm 10 years older than you. That makes me feel very old. You got 10 years of life from 24 to 34. I got married, had kids, got my first apartment, first dog, first real job, worked on television, was in Sharknado, started this company. Crazy. I've lived in 4 rental houses in California and another apartment, so 5 different places since we moved here. Buds, you owe me and Greg a trivia party. We never figured out our plan. Maybe you could organize that on your mandate tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we could talk about that. Jay says, first time touching a man in how long? And Jay says, ever. And Mari says, no, I wasn't jelly. I got foods. And Jay says, soon to be 25. All right, you're a lot older. You're caught up. Now that you're going to be 25, we're basically the same age. You old son of a bitch. Dylan says, Ryan, I am more than 10 years older than you. Dylan, my next oldest brother is exactly 10 years older than me. My next brother after that's 12 years, and my sister's 14 years older. So the Enderbys, you guys are like my siblings. I had 5, so I'm the youngest of 5. My sister was born in 71. My brother, 74. My other brother, 76. I had a brother who passed away before I was born, who was born in 82. And then I was born in 85. So there's a lot of gaps there. But I loved being in a house with a bunch of people. And there were always things going on. People were always doing stuff. It was a smaller house. We had 3 bedrooms, so we shared bedrooms. And at one point, me and my brothers shared a small bedroom with 3 twin-size beds that were all pushed together in different shapes. And my brother would push me against the wall, and I would fall in the crack that we had open for the heater and the air conditioner to come up from the floor. And then he would push the mattress to the wall, and I would pound on the bottom of the mattress like a coffin because there was no way out. I couldn't fit under the bed because of the metal, and I couldn't get out because of the mattress. And he would just laugh. And sometimes the heater would be kind of hot because it was a metal grate. So I would be like shirtless, getting ready to go to bed, and he would throw me down there. The heat would be burning my back on a piece of metal, and I couldn't get out. And I think that's where like my claustrophobia stems from. Like I don't like being, confined, and it's from my dickhead brother, who is 10 years older than me. Let's see here. I have so many comments to read. Greg says my birthday is the 11th. We should celebrate somehow. Greg, we should do the trivia party for your birthday. That would be pretty cool. You could invite friends, family, whatever you want on Zoom. Jay says you were an airplane versus volcano. Don't forget. Brennan says I had to sign up for unemployment beginning of the year, just starting getting money a week ago. It was a nightmare. Oh man. Michelle says I just opened my T-shirt I won 2 weeks ago and found your Sharknado picture. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Glad you got that. Glad you like it. April, I answered the door with my company's logo mask, hat, and T-shirt. I feel like I need people to know I work, but I'm stuck here. That's funny. I like that. Jay says, hell yeah. Brennan says, I was 24 and I moved to California. Eric says, you're a baby. Erica. Dylan says, I'd be your second oldest sibling. There you go, Dylan. Born 72. Julia says, let's do the trivia yard party at my pad. The only thing is, might screw us is I don't know how we're going to see our answer sheets when the sun goes down. LOL, there's a street lights, but that's good enough. Julia, what if could you bring a TV onto your porch and we could stand around on the lawn and I could host and do crowd purr and people could play on their smartphones? What do you think about that? Let me know. Dylan says that story is pure Americana. Greg says all for you, all for it. Well, you would know if they're bright enough. And April says, isn't the heater supposed to be hot? Brennan says, have everyone bring flashlights. We could play flashlight tag. That's a fun game. April says, my birthday's next week. It's a strange feeling this year. April, let me know which day is your birthday. And on that day, you can pick all the rounds and I'll write them. Kind of like we did for Greg a couple weeks ago. April, you can pick the rounds and I'll make sure I do those rounds on your birthday. Let me know. Dylan says we could sure work with the lighting issue, Julia. LOL, wait, what? You're not coming? It's just Greg and me watching TV on my lawn? That would be hilarious. Wouldn't that be funny? We invite 30 people, everyone backs out, and it's just Julia and Greg on the corner of a busy intersection in Upland watching like Ghostbusters 2. That would still be cool, though. That would still be fun. April says the 13th. All right, I'm going to put that in my phone. April says the 13th. Okay, April 13th, we're going to do... No, August 13th, we're going to do April's birthday. That's what it is. April B-Day. So April, on Facebook Messenger, send me 5 rounds that you want to do on your birthday, or at least 4 if you can't think of 5. But we could always do a confidence round on anything, but let me know. Guys, you want to see pictures of the kids? They had their first days of school today. First days of school for Annabelle and Tommy doing the homeschool stuff, which was cool. Let me find you some pictures. If you're not friends with Ashley, you might not have seen these. I posted one on Instagram stories, but I'll share these with you. They were pretty cool. So here's Annabelle. That was her first day of kindergarten today. She did TK last year. She did kindergarten today. We did the first day. We all did like a couple of lessons. There were like 6 or 8 lessons. So the 3 of us, Ashley, her mom, and I split that up. So Annabelle's first day of school. And then Tommy's first day of preschool at home. He's 2.5. There's a little tomboy. Then there's the 2 of them. Tommy loves to take pictures by closing his eyes for some reason. There it is. He's like a real Greg Nelson. And there's Tommy a little closer with his little chalkboard. And there's Annabelle laughing it up with her chalkboard. And I think that's it. Yep. Just wanted to share those with you guys. They're both really fun kids. I'm super lucky dad. Julia's down and she lives in downtown Upland. Ooh, here's a fun fact, guys. Check this out. Mother's Circus animal cookies now come in a Halloween variety with cat and bat shapes. So if you guys like those kind of cookies, they now come in bat and cat shapes. Mother's Animal Circus cookies. And those look awesome. They are frosted in orange and black and white. And it says you can get them at the dollar store. Or Bevmo? Weird. Bevmo or the dollar store. Julia says, Tommy's pretty bright. For 2, he's doing great. Thanks, Julia. April says, I love Buffy, Xena, Big Bang. Criminal Minds, Modern Family, Blackish. Maybe I'll finally write these women-centric 5 rounds over the weekend. That would be cool. Ooh, a Modern Family round would be good. I've never done a round on Modern Family, I don't think. Greg says, I was literally just typing a man after my heart. Dylan says, she is such a doll. My girl's 19 now. It seems like yesterday when I walked her into kindergarten. Thanks, Dylan. I bet that's a cool memory you have of your daughter. Jay says, is there like a parent depot that you're all getting these chalkboards from? They sell them at like all the stores, Jay. They're at like Target and stuff. They got popular, I would say, 3 or 4 years ago, where it's like, my first day of school, here's all my favorite stuff, etc. Joey says, bomb. And Kristen says, your kids are the same ages as my niece, Marley, and my nephew, Miles. Marley and Miles. I like those names. Julia says, very important announcement, breaking news, animal-style cookies in cat shapes. Jay says, love those Animal Circus cookies. My grandma always got them as kids. Greg says, yes, it is. And Dylan says, it goes so fast. That's what I hear. It's just crazy when I look at pictures of her and she's so grown up. And I'm like, you were just this baby that was such a goofball a second ago. So let's see. Who's going to be at this thing tomorrow? We've got Stevie and Alex, Julie and Greg, Dylan and Amy, maybe the Shipleys, maybe my friend Cheryl. Anybody else that's still here watching that's coming to play with us tomorrow? Play. Coming to drink with us tomorrow at Last Name Brewing. Let me know if you're coming tomorrow, if I missed your name. I think we'll have hopefully 10, 12 people there. It should be a ton of fun. And they got great beers at Last Name Brewing, and I think they usually have food trucks and stuff. Let me see real quick who they had today. I think they had a barbecue place today. Let me see if they have what's going on tomorrow. So Last Name Brewing says they had Coach's Pit Barbecue today. And I don't think they have anything else for tomorrow, but should be pretty awesome. Julie's bringing her mom. Julie, didn't you used to bring your mom to trivia at Last Name Brewing sometimes? Freddie says, I would go, but it's so far away. Yeah, Freddie, it's pretty far for you. Dylan says, soon you'll look at kindergarten pics and think, I can't believe I thought she looked grown up. And Julia says, speaking of kids, Sim and I are starting new training where we're working towards loose leash walking and no jumping. That's pretty cool. Loose leash walking. I like that. Mari says, April and I would love to. Julia says they usually have that New Orleans truck, the Big Easy. Big Easy sandwich. Yeah, I don't think that they're there right now with the quarantine stuff going on. I think they're doing a rotation. Jay says, I'll try and get some friends to join up and play Harry Potter tomorrow. Thanks, Jay. Dylan says, last name Brewing's awesome. Yep, my mom's my best friend. Harry Potter, that is. Very, very cool. We are nearing the 3-hour mark, guys. Nearing the 3-hour mark on this live stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Always fun here in virtual Trivia Land. And let's see what happened there. 130. Brendan says, I thought about going, but I'm apprehensive. Haven't gone anywhere outside of work stuff since March. Brendan, you live really far, too. North Hollywood to Upland is pretty damn far. We would love to see you, but don't feel like you have to come at all. Julie says, Buds, ask us an After Dark question. Okay. I'll think of something good. Freddie says, the Big Easy, that was my nickname in high school. Damn, Freddie got booked. And Julia says, let's get this party started. Okay. Here comes your After Dark trivia question, okay? I want to know. Let's see. Your number in the question. What's your number? Remember that was a rom-com? What's your number? What is your number? Let me know your sexual partner number in the comments if you want to share it. If you want to tell us any weird stories, feel free. But I'm looking for numbers. Now, I'm going to judge you based on the number you give me, and then I'm going to look at the picture that you have for your profile picture right next to the comment. And I'm going to be like, accurate, 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 maybe not so accurate, accurate. I'm just kidding. But give me a number. I want to hear all about it. Julia says we can play Never Have I Ever. Freddie says, where's the craziest place you've ever made whoopee? April says, have Jeff Goldblum sing me happy birthday. Julie says, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Michelle says, okay, now I just watched the beginning of Sharknado and found you. What a classic. Very cool, Michelle. Very cool. Hey, Michelle, you won the Star Wars shirt tonight. I don't know if you were here earlier, but you won this shirt. Michelle, make sure I have your mailing address so I can send you this Star Wars shirt. Let me know if you have that Star Wars or your address, Michelle, so I can give you that Star Wars shirt. Erica is zipping up her lip in emoji form. Greg's jumping in there with one. Bold and proud. Jay says, you ass, no ducking. Joey says, still waiting. Freddie says 69. April says, I plead the fifth. Nobody wants to answer this question. Brennan says, I drink a lot and I'm bad at counting. That's a good answer. John says, more than I care to remember. Oh, no. John's had some sexcapades. Jay says, 6. What a young lad of 24. That's like one a year from driving age to or voting age to now, Jay. Good job. 8675309. Kristen, that is in the millions, isn't it? Or the 100,000s? A lot of partners. No, that's the millions. 8 million people for Kristen. Julie says, I will tell a funny story. I've only done a one-night stand once in my whole life. And the guy's dad walked in the dark room in the middle of everything. And this giant beam of bright light shone right on us. It was like a really bad movie moment. Oh, Julia, that's cringy. April says, is it Bill Clinton's definition? Michelle, I sent it to you 2 weeks ago for the Rocco's Modern Life shirt. Okay, Michelle. So I will, I still have it then. You're good. Joey says, do I have to remember all their names? Wow, Joey's a player. Greg says, there we go. Someone else participating. Freddie says, "Ayo." Michelle says, "I'm a lucky shirt winner lately." Dylan says, "John's the man." And Mari says, "Calculate half of Phoenix." Wow. Mari gets around. First, the food delivery guy. Now this. Manny says, "I believe it." That's hilarious. Buds hasn't answered. I haven't answered. I'll answer. I'll put it in the comments. Here's my answer if you're watching on my personal page or my Trivia with Buds page. 2. So not that many. But you've seen me. You guys have looked at me. 2 is pretty high. I met Ashley when I was 20. She was 19. So that was it. She was all I needed to know that was never going to get better. And that was my final answer. Mari says 2 times what? Scott says -8. Julia says, yeah, all the people with low numbers showing up. I would share that too. Joey says too many. I've been with Ashley since 2005. MySpace and shit. So that's a long time. That's a good chunk of my life. At some point, it's going to be nuts. I'll be with her longer than I have without her. You know, once we hit 20 years, right? Because I met her when I was 20 or 19. I met her when I was 19. And then I turned 20. So we're coming up on 9 years. So in 10 years and a couple of days after that, I'll have been with her longer than I have been without her, which is so weird to think. Dylan says, bless you, Ryan. Final answer indeed. Jay says, I thought you and Ashley met in high school. We met in college, sophomore year of college, 2005, Western Illinois University. So that was it. I can tell you some funny stories if you want to hear. If you want to hear some stories of things that have maybe happened to me and maybe happened to somebody else. Julia says, I was dating a guy once and he asked for my number and I was honest and he dumped me. I feel like girls always round down and guys always round up, but that's probably an old stigma. I think that's probably true, Julia. I used to, in my 20s, I used to think about it sometimes like, oh man, I'm going to get married and that will be my experience with that. But I'm very happy with all my decisions. Everything's working out great. And we have the best family ever. So I'm very happy with the decisions I made. Freddie says, Buds, I wear sunglasses every day, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm super jelly of your shades. Might be the Margs talking. Margs. These are for real from Spike Seltzer. You could probably buy these. Like I can get Trivia with Buds sunglasses that say Trivia with Buds right here. Would you like sunglasses as prizes? That would be kind of cool. I think they're probably like $1 a pair when you order 100 of them. I should get sunglasses made. My favorite types of sunglasses are these, the big square, not square, whatever this is, with the neon. Those are my favorite type. Dylan says, Joey, too many. How does that work? I can't guess unless you gave one VD. Or one gave you VD. Julia says, I'm in the teens, so he was just a dick. Brendan says, one time I woke up naked under a bed. As I crawled out, the girl in the bed was getting out and stepped on my hand. We were both startled. We just stood there, both naked, and I had little memory of what happened. We both agreed to pretend nothing happened. That pretty much sums up my sex life. Brendan, that's a scene in a movie. Man, that could be the opening scene of a movie. Somebody wakes up. I like the idea of a movie where the first scene is somebody wakes up. I always had this idea of someone driving a car just wakes up and they're like, what? And I'm sure that's in a movie somewhere. But Brendan sprawled out under a bed and he just wakes up, puts his hand out and it gets stepped on and the people are startled. That's a hilarious scene in a movie. Total asshat, he says. Erica says, yes. Mari says, I love the sunnies as a prize. Freddie says, I would rock the Trivia Bud sunglasses. Kristen says, sunglasses would be cool. Julie says, thank you. I'm a modern woman, safe and sane. Jay says it's like a double standard for the whole innocent machismo thing. All in all, shouldn't really be a thing that matters if you're in it for the person and not the body. Eric says, Julia Madalonis, yep. This is a fun chat. I'm going to retell a funny story based on Julia's story earlier that happened to my friend. I will call my friend Lewis. That's not his real name. But he was very active at a young age in high school and even before that. And he was hooking up with a girl every day after school. And every day after school, him and this girl would do stuff. And this was, I think, freshman year of high school. And he had her on his lap in a straddling position, and she was topless. And they were making out and stuff. And he eventually had her boob in his mouth. At that time, the girl's dad swung open her bedroom door, and my friend turned to see what the noise was. And when he turned, his mouth was like off of the boob. So I was like, what? And the dad just stared, and he had a phone because the girl had a phone call, and he threw the phone against the wall and it shattered into a million pieces, and he stormed out of the house. And my friend ran out of that house, and then they never hung out again. So that's my favorite story of all time of getting caught in the act, because that's the noise I was looking for. It took me 3 tries. But can you imagine being that dad? And anytime you hear anything like that noise, you just flip a table nearby because you're like, what was that? What was that noise? It just brings you back to that place. Wouldn't that be terrible? It was my favorite story that anyone ever told me back in the day. Brendan says, I have written that scene into a script. Ooh, Brendan, what kind of movie? Give me the genre. Mari says, your friend. April says, I'm going to call my friend B. Ryan. Joey says, skin flute. Julia says, oh my God, that's horrible. The sound effect. I bought Jay's first box of condoms. Manny, manning up for your cousin. Greg says, this is an amazing story. Erica says, his friend. I swear to God, it didn't happen to me. I would tell you if it happened to me. It was my friend who sometimes plays trivia here from Chicago, so I don't want to say his real name. So his name is Lewis. But he told me that when we were like in high school. He's 2 years younger than me. And we were just trading stories one day, and he told me that, and I'm like, oh my God, that is the worst. When I did stand up a lot, I used to tell that joke as if it happened to me. And people would laugh really hard at the pop noise. And it was a good time. But yeah, very cringy when you think about the dad, the poor dad. Manny is a real one. Manny bought Jay condoms. That's amazing. Jay, how old were you when you were getting these condoms? 24? Wouldn't that be great? It was like last week. Jay's like, hey, Manny, I need your help. Manny, pause Doctor Who. I need you to come to Arizona. Manny's like, what can I do for you, bro? Anything. He's like, I need you to buy me some Trojan Ends with a Z. Brennan said horror comedy. Love it. Freddie says, don't know the family relationship, but that's an awesome brother, cousin, uncle, etc. I think they're cousins, right? April says it was last year. Jay says it was just last week. Amazing. Mari says it was last year for Jay. Joey says 25. He's still waiting. Oh, shit. He hasn't even done it yet. He's just preparing. Guys, enjoy the song. I'm going to present a question to you, and I'm going to go grab another beer. After this beer will end. I imagine by 10:20 we'll be done. But if you want to keep hanging out here. I know it's fun, and I would like somebody else to address the crowd in some way. And let's see here. In the comments, I want you to tell me, give me an example of the meanest thing you ever did to someone as a prank or a joke or something weird. Give me the meanest thing you think, like if somebody was like, Like if when you die, you get to go through these moments in your life and somebody was like, hey, this part of your life was very mean. Give me some examples of that or what you think would be on that list. I'll be right back. Somehow there's more people than when I left and I wasn't even on the screen. There's 19 people watching. Let's see. We are at 3 hours and 10 minutes. I'm going to read a bunch of comments here very quickly. Self-love is a very important type of love. Jay's extra safe. Whenever he practices self-love, he still wears a condom. Erica says, so never have I ever. Freddie says, especially during a pandemic. Mari says, I played lots of pranks, too many to recall. In my head, they're hilarious, but maybe not to the other person. Julia says, I've blocked out all my mean memories. Brendan says, as a single man during times of Corona, self-love is all I have. Mari says, vodka helps me with that. April says, Mari likes to scare the shit out of me to the point that I piddle myself. I like a good use of the word piddle. Good job, April. No one ever says piddle. True story, and they say she just laughed at me. Julia says, I mean, I've been in fist fights, so I guess punching people in the face. April says, then. Kristen says, stopped after my 12 hour to say hi. Kristen, we're getting some Trivia with Buds After Dark going on. We're talking about mean things we've done to people. What have I done? Let's see. I think I've said this before, but I was a verbal bully in grade school and high school in the fact that I would do anything for a laugh. So if I could get like a certain friend to laugh, I would literally say whatever I had to say, even if the person was around. And I regret doing that quite a bit because I was an asshole. You know what I mean? So I that's my biggest regret. That's the biggest thing I try and teach Annabelle. Not so much Tommy yet, but is this kind of like self-realizing that you don't have to be a certain way for other people to get that reaction. I wasn't like doing it so people would like me. I was doing it for I was addicted to the reaction, which is what stand-up comedians do, because they're addicted to that laugh and that reaction of an audience. So I think I had that in me at an early age, which is why I did stand-up for a long time. But I think a lot of stand-ups are not healthy people, because it's not like normal to expect that out of people, especially in your daily life if you're not performing. So like in high school, when I wasn't performing, before I did stand-up, I would try and I would try and create these moments where I was getting a huge laugh, and I would kind of do anything to get it. So that was shitty of me, I think. Manny says, Mari and I would play hide and seek with younger cousins. We would never look for them and go to Circle K instead. Oh, that's hilarious. You would just ditch everyone, and they would just be hiding in spots for hours. Scott says, at a party, I told a friend of mine who was an aspiring director that a mutual friend of ours who hadn't really directed anything would be a better director. Oh, that's kind of rough, Scott. Kristen says, I use Piddle all the time when I talk about pups. I once ripped a girl's hair out in a physical fight, and she had a bald spot for a year. Damn, Kristen. Don't mess with Kristen Quiring. She'll drop those fists of hair on you and pull them out. Manny Cortez, I can see that, you two assholes. Kristen says she deserved it, but we were young and dumb. Joey says, okay, it was a friend. Let's call him Uncle Craig. We were at a party in Huntington Beach. It was my turn for the bathroom. I was closing the door. Uncle Craig pushed his way in. I told him to wait. He said, don't worry, I'll piss in the sink. I was still going, and he was done. He then proceeded to look in the medicine cabinet. Next thing I know, he pulled out their toothbrush. He proceeded to scratch his butt with it. He put it in the back. True story. He was so gross. That's in Shameless. William H. Macy just did that on Shameless on one of the seasons we watched at the house. That's pretty gruesome, Joey. The old butt scratch on the toothbrush. Jay says, Manny pretended to sell me to a couple of his friends. Mari used to make me think that her and her friend Thomas were vampires. April says, Manny and I told Mari that wrestling was only for a half hour. 2 hours later. That's hilarious. I like that. That's a good prank on Mari. Manny pretended to sell me to a couple of his friends. That's good. Joey says, dude, this was the 90s. Wow, the butt scratch toothbrush. That's pretty brutal. We're going to wrap up the After Dark guys with these next drinks, but we're going to continue the drinks tomorrow at Last Name Brewing. Joey, you guys should come tomorrow, Last Name Brewing. Let me know if you're coming at 2 p.m. Grab a beer with me. Get some beers to go. Get some Last Name Brewing swag. And maybe some extra stuff for me. If you don't have the ankle breaker sticker, I'll make sure I have those tomorrow. The break my ankle stickers. I will have those tomorrow. Julie says, in high school, I had the build of an adult, so people thought I would be a good fighter, but when the fights happened, I would feel really guilty and not want to hurt anyone. And it didn't bode well for me. I would say I lost badly, but I definitely lost. Sad time for teenager Julia. Kristen says, when I was in 7th grade, we had a brand new teacher, a couple of friends, and I decided to change our names. So when we got called on, we didn't answer. Our teacher was tall, so when he would bend over, we'd quietly say, bend at the knees, not at the waist. As a teacher, I feel so awful. If I could find his address, I'd write him an apology letter. That's pretty funny, Kristen. I had a lot of crazy teachers over the years. I probably was mean too. My brother used to always tell me to respect adults no matter what. And I would say, what if the adult is a buffoon? And he would be like, you still have to respect them. I'm like, but what if I know that they shouldn't be a teacher? He would be like, you still have to do it. And I'm like, I would be like, but why should I respect somebody that's like a bad teacher and is clearly just somebody like fumbling into this substitute teaching job? He's like, you just have to. And I didn't understand that for a long time. I was like, but they're wrong and they're dumb and I want them to know. And now that I think about that, that's like what a troll is on the internet. It's like there's a bunch of dumb people out there, but when you want people to know that they're dumb, you're a troll. Like, you want them to know, like, I have to let them know that they are wrong. When that is your motivation towards that relationship or whoever it is, that's the meaning of a troll, is like, I have to let somebody know that this wasn't to par. It's like this dumbass reviewers thing when the internet started, where you can start leaving reviews and you're like, I think I'm going to let people know what I think of their thing, even though I never have met them in person. I'm just going to let them know through a pseudonym online. You know what I mean? Brennan says, I verbally bullied a kid who physically bullied me. Even though he only hit me once, I made fun of him for the better part of the school year. Definitely went too far. He ended up transferring to another school. No one ever touched me again. Interesting, Brendan. Kristen says, my English teacher in high school had huge hair, and we used to throw bits of paper into her hair and keep score. That's amazing. And I could definitely see me and some friends doing that in high school. Greg says, there are so many teachers that shouldn't be. Freddie says, the power of language is awesome. Kristen says, that teacher is now a friend on Facebook and rocks a mohawk. Erica says, Greg Nelson, hey. And Julie says, right, too close to home, Greg. Greg says, I'm a teacher. It obviously wasn't directed at anyone else here. Oh, yeah, I totally meant you. Do you guys agree with what I said, where there's always going to be people in every job or friend circle or whatever that you're like, I don't like what they're doing, and why are they doing this? But it's like not your place to fix it. You just have to like let it be a thing. Is that an agreeable thing or not agreeable? Let me know what you think. Brennan says, I also made my 7th grade math teacher quit before the end of the school year. She was a bad teacher and I went too far. $17 people still here watching and hanging out. 3.5 hours in. 3 hours, 17 minutes rather. I've been listening to this track for 2 hours now. Julie says, oh my God, I struggle with that almost everyone. With almost everyone. That's for sure true, says Greg. Mari says that this is fun. Brennan says, same here. Every time as an adult, and I feel like every year you get a little wiser with this stuff, hopefully. Sometimes you meet people who are 60 years old who have not grasped these concepts. But I feel like you hopefully every year get a little bit more emotionally connected with the world. So strangers, friends, people you know, family members, like hopefully you grow a little bit and you have a little bit more of an emotional spectrum where you're like, listen, I think those decisions I made in the past were very adolescent, and now I'm older and I can see why a bad teacher would take a substitute teaching job and be bad at it. And I don't have to point it out. You know what I mean? We had this teacher called the stopwatch lady. She was crazy, super large, super crazy hair. She wore like sweats and she wore a stopwatch, but she would be subbing like geography or history in high school. And you'd walk into the room and you'd be like, oh, the fucking stopwatch lady, come on. And for whatever reason, she was probably autistic or something, but she would like hit the stopwatch at the beginning of like the period. And then she would stop it at the end. It had not, I mean, the clocks were there. The bell went off. There was no reason for her to be using the stopwatch, but she used it in just this weird way. And she didn't know how to talk to kids. And she was very like abrasive. And it was just like obvious, like you're wearing sweats. How are you the substitute? And I would even talk to other teachers. I'd be like, how the fuck did this teacher even get in the building? And they'd be like, it's a substitute, you know, they just need anybody. And I'm like, shouldn't it be better? You know, like I was, you know, 14 to 18. But as I think about it now, I'm like, that was somebody like just looking for a job. And they're like, what do I have to do? Babysit kids basically and hand out worksheets. Yeah, I could do that. Can I bring my stopwatch and wear my sweats? I'll be there. You know, it's like not, it doesn't fit with what we as students were looking for in a substitute. But what is a substitute anyway? They're there for a day and then they're gone. So it's like you're really just handing that stuff out. The best substitutes were the people who really put in time to get to know you and were friendly and stuff. And then they would become teachers at the school. Like they would sub so often. They were kind of the go-to subs. It was almost like an apprenticeship. And they're like, let's just see if you fit in with the school. You can sub every day. We need a sub at least once a day for some school, some teacher. And then at the end, they'd be like, oh, you know what? These three have now moved up. It's kind of like if you watch wrestling, Manny will get this. It's like NXT. You got to like start out in NXT and then they move you up to the main roster with substitutes and teaching. Jay says, these are the core buds of buds. Mari says, I feel like we're just hanging out in a room. Freddie says, I would say pretty good at my job, and I don't mind calling someone out directly and subliminally. Not my fault. They're too dumb to catch it. That's just me. Jay, we're all in the room, and Buds has his talking stick. I do have a talking stick. Joey says, all my friends growing up would be considered bullies today. Back then, it made us comedians. That's an interesting statement, Joey, and I bet that's true. Erica says, Jay, that's funny. Jay says, that sounds like Mr. Trunchbull. OCD, probably. Julia says, I got called abrasive the other day. April says, but the Buds After Dark toys. Buds wearing a ball gag with the Bob Ross logo is funny. And Erica says, Jay, he's still holding it. Joey says, I used to switch places with my twin brother on substitute teachers. That's funny. I thought he was leaving. Guess not. Brendan says, most of the subs in my high school were awful, but I came from a town best known for its prison. Oh, no. Little less than half a beer left, guys. I imagine at 10:30, 3.5 hours in, we're going to end this session. So 8 minutes left. What do you want to talk about? Let me know. I told Ashley when I got the beer, she goes, are you still talking to everybody? I said, yeah. She goes, why don't you go into a Zoom room? And I go, it's better, I think, when we all can just comment in. I can ramble and they can comment for these After Darks. I go, we could all go into a Zoom room, but I feel like you wouldn't say as much because it's a little more awkward, especially with some of these questions and things. So we'll keep it like this for now. But we got about 7 minutes left. If you want to chat about anything, let me know. If you have any questions for me about anything, I'm always happy to answer your questions truthfully. Let me know. Emily Keller or Brian Keller just said, what the fuck? Freddie says, my manager calls me an asshole all the time. Kristen says, Joliet Brendan. Oh, yeah, Joliet Brendan used to go to the mall. I forgot about that. Grab another beer, Bud, says Freddie. Julie says, go team. Joey says, I only pick on small children and old people now. Brendan says, that's correct. Mari says, keep going. April says, I like it better here. Scott says, are you repped? Scott, you ask me that all the time. There's no repping. No one's repping me for nothing. I'm in my garage talking to some pals. I have no interest in doing more than this, but I appreciate your concern. Joey says, let's talk about the environment. Save the whales. I saw the last continental shelf fell or something. Ice shelf, some kind of ice thing. Kristen says, I teach in Joliet. Kristen, how far do you teach from Joliet JJC? Joliet Junior, not Joliet Junior College, is it? It's through 8th grade, I think. My aunt used to teach it. I think it was called JJC or JCC. Maybe that's it. Joliet Catholic something. Are you there? Kristen says, my mom's from there. Emily/Brian says, did you ever find out how much a surfboard costs? No, let's look it up. That's a great question. How much is a surfboard price? Wow, guys, look at this. Look at this Google search result. My friend Emily wanted to know. It says a beginner's surfboard may cost you between $380 and $1,030. Why do they know that it would be at $1,030? Isn't that a dumbass thing to know? So I said, I don't know if a surfboard's $75 or $750. I was kind of right, but a little bit higher, $380 or $1,030. That's pretty rough. Emily and Brian, now we know. We can all go surfing together. Brendan says, where do you teach? Julie says, Joliet makes me think of Blues Brothers. That's true. Joliet Prison, yeah. Joey says, 200 to 700. Oh, Joey's a big surfer. He's a big badass bully comedian surfing all around California. Brendan says there's a Joliet Junior College and a Joliet Catholic. Oh, JCA. That's where she taught. So my aunt taught at JCA for a number of years. She lives like in New Lenox, not far from there. Erica says, what's the worst movie ever made? And Julie says $700 difference. Worst movie ever made? See, there's some movies that are really badly made, but they become good because of how bad they are, like The Room. I think The Room is a great movie because of how bad it is on so many levels. It elevates. But then there's also bad movies. So like, what's a really badly made movie? I think Ocean's 12 is a really badly made movie. It's like a bunch of celebrities and cameos and dumb shit. And the plot sucks. And I hate it very much. So Ocean's 12, I think, is like a bad movie. But I don't think it's the worst movie ever made because it's still relatively shot well and edited well and things like that. And the music's fine. So I wouldn't say that's the worst movie either. I just don't like it. I hate Ocean's 12, Fun with Dick and Jane. What are some other movies that I saw in theaters that I truly hated? Ocean's 12 and Fun with Dick and Jane are like my two least favorite movies I saw in theaters. Brennan says, let's see here. Wait, Joey says, get one on offer up. You will mess it up anyway. I teach at Laraway, which is preschool through 8th. Ryan, do you mean Joliet Junior College? People call it JGC. No, it was definitely JCA. It's a Catholic school. My aunt's super Catholic. She just published a book about doing the rosary for children. Joey says, get on offer up. Emily Bryan says, beginner cost, bullshit. How much are those sunglasses? Brian, these were free. They are a hard seltzer company. Wait, there it is. Spiked seltzer. Free. Is it Brian or Emily? I feel like Emily wouldn't say bullshit. It's probably Brian. Kristen says, bad movies, Jawbreaker. April says, Jennifer's Body was bad. That's a pretty bad movie. Hudson Hawk or Sharknado. See, Erica, I think Sharknado is so bad that it's good too. And I don't think it's the worst movie ever made. For sure. Joey hates Rocky Horror. I grew up obsessed with movie sets in Chicago. I always thought I wanted to live there. I went to visit, had a good vacay, but the last day my wallet got stolen. Yeah, that'll happen in Chicago. Brian also says Zac Efron movies are the best movies ever. Oh, he would. You guys are hammered. I could tell. Erica says, just kidding. Mari says, The Room is fantastically bad. Saw that with Manny many years ago. It was so fun. Disagree with my whole heart. Bad movie, Nobody's Perfect, starring Gabe Kaplan. Kristen versus Kristen. Julia, also, I tried to flirt with some guys in Wrigleyville, and they were really mean to me, left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, Wrigleyville's kind of the worst. April says Bug was a what the F is this shit movie. Brandon says some people from that area suck. Kristen, maybe I'll have to rewatch it again. Showgirls, most people hate. I love how bad it is, says April. Oh, I love Showgirls. Showgirls and Striptease are great films and helped me become a very young man, Ryan Buds. Julia says, you worked for Deerdick a while ago. That company must have been way ahead of the seltzer craze. Why do you say that, Julia? I don't get that comment. Emily says, no, there's no drinking involved in how much Brian loves Zach. Brendan says, Serenity with Matthew McConaughey is amazingly bad, like The Room, but with a big budget. Serenity with Matthew McConaughey. I will say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The New Beginning, Part 4, with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger is a truly bad movie that I think is badly made, bad story, bad acting, everything about it. And Brian Keller and Emily, who are watching right now. Brian Keller, I watched that movie at a sleepover at your house in like 7th grade. We rented Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The New Beginning. I think it came out in 2000 or 2001 or 99, somewhere around there. Julie says, I guess so. Greg says, Cam just talked about Battlefield Earth on his podcast, 3%, and it sounded awful. I saw Battlefield Earth in theater and at the time liked it, but I didn't know anything about the religious background of it. And I just was like, oh, it's a sci-fi movie. We were in 7th grade. We were like, we loved everything. In 7th grade, I saw Spice World. I saw that. I saw lots of bad movies. Showgirls and Striptease were horrible. I don't think so. Scott says, do I have an Ed DeBevick story? Wow, that's really weird that you brought that up, Scott. I went to Ed DeBevick's one time with my friend Brian Keller, who is watching with Emily. and I got sick, and his parents made fun of me. That's my Ed DeBevic story. But yes, they were classically rude. They were like, "What, do you like the hot dog, you little pussy?" or something like that, you know? Julia says, because they're hard seltzer glasses, right? How long ago did you get them? Seltzers only became super popular within the last year. I still don't know what you're talking about, Julia, in terms of seltzer and ridiculousness. April says, Showgirls is so bad it's good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is crazy bad, but I love it. Brennan, have you seen The Next Generation? Texas Chainsaw The Next Generation. Boo! Oh, Brian Keller. He said it's so bad, and then he put boo. That's Matthew McConaughey jumping off the balcony onto the truck. Boo! We used to watch that over and over again. Kristen says, I used to watch the Spice Girls movie on repeat. I saw that with Steve Scapperty in theaters, just the two of us. Just a mandate in 7th grade. Kristen says, you should go give Chicago another try now that you have friends from there. Yeah, we'll steal your wallet, Julia. We'll just give it back if we know you. Julia says, oh, dang, I didn't even think of that. Emily says you bought condoms in the bathroom. I did. They had a condom machine in Ed DeBevic's bathroom, and I tried to buy them with the quarters, and Brian Keller's dad came in and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing. That's hilarious. Julia says, oh, my God, your sunglasses. Oh. Julia, if you think that I was supposed to put that shit together, that these glasses say seltzer on the side, and I got them at ridiculousness. I got these like 5 years ago, easily, maybe 6 years ago. And nobody drank hard seltzer at that party. Nobody even knew what it was. They were probably trying to get it out there. Now it all makes sense. Erica says, anyone ever seen Faces of Death? Yeah, back in the day, we used to rent those. Somebody had a bootleg. Kristen says, servers being mean, just like Wiener Circle. Yes, that's true. Brennan says, that's what I meant, Next Generation. April says, yes, I grew up with them. Brennan, what about the part in Texas Chainsaw Next Generation? Some businessman shows up on their farm, and he lifts his shirt, and he has all these weird lines with weird, like, nipple piercings. Do you remember that scene, and what was that? And can anyone explain it? Brendan, let me know what you think. April says, yes, I grew up on them. Crazy stuff. Faces of Death. I'm out of beer, but I still have margs. Do I call it a night or power through? Power through, Freddie. I have just a little bit beer left. We are past 10:33. It might go to 10:45. Wow, it's like 1 in the morning. No, 12:30 in the morning for Emily and Brian. Don't you guys have to get up and go to the bakery? Why are you guys still up? I saw Kiefer Sutherland at Ed DeBevic's. He puked in the bathroom. He was so drunk and such a cool dude. I don't know if he's a cool dude for puking in that bathroom, Joey, but I'll take your word for it. Four Senses is incredibly bad. Was it condoms or finger cots? I love that restaurant. They were bitches. Seltzer sunglasses, you're wearing them right now. You said they got them working on ridiculousness. That was a while ago. They must have been up on the times because they're so old. Buds keep saying they're seltzer all night. You're killing me. You're killing me, Larry. Forget it. It's fine. I'm fine. Love Faces of Death. Still look them up time to time. Bit creepy. Mari, you are creepy. There used to be a website called rotten.com. Does anyone know what rotten.com is? It was like Faces of Death type stuff, but it was like pictures. So this was back in the early to mid 2000s. You can go to rotten.com and it would be like someone getting their arm cut off or like someone killing a goat with a machete or something crazy. And you'd be like, whoa, why am I on this site? Or somebody got really burned or something. Rotten.com. I wonder if that still exists. Emily says, Brian does like donuts. Brendan says, I don't think the scene needs an explanation. It's all genius. What do you mean? It doesn't make any sense. Joey says, go to 1048. Julia, I've always heard Kiefer's really cool. My aunt was an extra and smoked cigs with him on set and said he was really nice. Mari knows that website. You would, you creep. Emily and Brian, you guys got to get yourself some Red Stripe Jamaican lager. You'll love it. Emily, I feel like you'll like it. And then Brian will be like, I'm not drinking Red Stripe. All I drink is Busch Light or whatever he drinks. April, that is like, it was like the dark web before the dark web. It was the rotten web. I also went to grade school with someone named Ronald Webb. 20 people. There's more people watching now than for some portions of the trivia. I feel like I should just do this for 4 hours every night. Emily says vanilla Long Johns all the way. Yes. Is that some weird super surf beer? Yeah, bro. Fucking surfing from Jamaica to California. This is the official beer of the Jamaican bobsled team, and I'm not even kidding because it's brewed in Jamaica. This is like the beer of the Jamaican bobsledding team. Bud Light all day for Emily and Brian. Keller, was there anything better than the vanilla Long John at White Hen? Whoever made those, I got to find that bakery. Those were the best. They were super long. They were like this long, and the frosting and the donut was so perfect. That was my favorite donut I think I've ever had, the vanilla Long John. It was kind of cold. It wasn't like a warm donut. It was kind of on the colder side. White Hen. Kristen, do you remember White Hen? Kristen Kempiak? Or Brennan Peterson? Do you remember White Hen? Julie says you should do a last-minute After Dark donation for some random crap you have lying around. Mari wants me to keep drinking. Freddie says, I remember hanging with the crew when YouTube was just getting big and a friend saying, look up People versus Train, and not proud of it. I love the commitment to these sunglasses. You're going to get blinded by the light when you take them off. Revved up like a douche. Another loner in the night. Brennan, I was at a bar in LA and Kiefer Sutherland kept flipping me off. I went over to see what he was going on. He was clear and hammered and he said he wanted to buy me a drink. It was the best night of my life. That's hilarious that he just picked somebody to flick off and then buys him drinks. That's great. Look up Matthew Perry, M. Night Shyamalan story. I just watched a hilarious clip of Matthew Perry and M. Night Shyamalan. Look it up. It's on a British talk show. M. Night Shyamalan, Matthew Perry. You'll laugh your ass off. Mari says, I love that your hair is getting so floppy. Thanks, Mari. I'm just getting ready to go surfing. Julia says, that's amazing. April says, a platform for people to be themselves. It can work. It's like online group therapy. I know I thought he'd eventually take them off, says Brennan. Not tonight, guys. I will tell you, it really helps with the light. I should do it every night. Erica says, yes. Kristen says, yes, White Hen. Joey says, raffle off a dirty sock. Easy, Joey. Keep it clean. Kristen says, I used to get slushies from White Hen. Julia says, oh, buds, take dollar donations, and whoever wins, you have to buy us beer tomorrow. Mari says, I need to send you a pair of Sunnies that cost more than $1. No, Mari, don't do it. I'll break them or lose them. I'll sit on them. Joey says he bought beers also at Ed's. And Erica says, Julia, I remember where I worked there briefly. Brendan, my brother, Scott Buds, worked at the White Hen in Crestwood, Illinois one time, and he was watching me. And he's like, I got to work, so you got to come up there. So I just hung out in a White Hen for 6 hours or whatever it was. And they had comics. They had a rack of comics. So I read all the comics. I ate some snacks and just watched him to hopefully not get attempted robbed at the White Hen. Erica Holloway says, keep it going. And she donated $1. Thank you so much, Erica Holloway. That's very nice of you. My friend Matt O'Hare just commented on a picture of me looking like I do now. And he says, are you going to the Forum, bro? Which is the bar from Western Illinois University we used to go to quite a bit in college. So I look like a douchey guy going to the Forum, which was great. Okay, guys, we are going to close out this show. I think we've come to the end. And I've had a bunch of fun with you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Tomorrow's Harry Potter trivia. Win this oven mitt. Won't that be great? Harry Potter oven mitt. Look at all that shit on there. Hogwarts. Different ghouls and ghosts and creatures and things. Harry Potter tomorrow night. That is going to be 7 p.m. Pacific. And then Last Name Brewing is 2 p.m. in Upland. Hang out in Upland at 2 p.m. and have some drinks with us. It's going to be a good time. Joey says, now you can buy that dream vacation home. I sent you $1. Emily and Brian says, that's where we do shots. Dylan says, it's been a damn fine time. Julie says, boo, I want more. Freddie says, no. Freddie says, that's what she said. You guys keep donating money. Erica gave $1. Julia gave $1 and said, buy me a beer. April gave $10. April, you already gave $50. You got to stop giving me money, April. It's too much. She said, for someone's beer tomorrow. Very nice of you, April. April just bought one of you a beer tomorrow. We'll find out who at 2 p.m. Kristen says, great hanging out with all of you. Cheers to you, Kristen. That beer is empty. And so is my train of thought. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. And we will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Last Name Brewing in Upland. And we will see you for Harry Potter trivia at 7 p.m. Sunday's 5 random rounds. It's going to be a great time. And coming up, I think just next week or in 2 weeks is, next week, the 13th, is April Spears' birthday. She wants to do Criminal Minds trivia, Modern Family trivia, and all kinds of fun stuff. Mari says, we're putting you on our tax returns. You should. You should say entertainment. I'm putting so much shit on my tax returns this year. I'm writing off the whole year. Every light, every electricity, every oven mitt, every fucking oven mitt that I bought. It's all going on the taxes. Thank you very much. Dylan says, April's a benevolent soul. Bless you, April. Mari says, we're planning on putting you on tax returns. Freddie says, I don't know what April does, but I need expendable income like that. Thank you, Freddie. And Julie says, love you, bud. See you tomorrow. All right. Love you guys too. Be safe, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me for 3 hours and 42 fucking minutes. And I hope you're all safe. Take it easy. Bye-bye. And thank you. Seriously, thank you. I'll take off the glasses. Thank you. It's been a real good time.